Und wir machen da weiter, wo wir am Donnerstagabend aufgehört haben. Müssten Punkt sein, wo wir alle Quests ab... Nö, wir haben gerade erst 2 Tage. So rum war's. Der Start vom 2. Tag in Basel. Status. Du bist viel zu squishy. Warst du eben im Kampf dabei und bist gleich zu Beginn fast gestorben. Schöne Quest.
What's next?
Oh nein. Nur required.
Taking off now.
Why don't we see...
Info leak. Some classified information got stolen. Before things blow up, I want you to get it back. Please, keep this a secret from any Vern employee. I'll be waiting in the hotel lobby.
Interesting. So these are the sorts of odd jobs you take on.
Yeah, the requests are a little...
Falsche Richtung. Zum
Heading
Institut.
to the objective.
Andere Quests holen.
Why don't we see...
RX Research. Pardon me for making this request when I know you're rather busy, but we would like your help gathering materials to make a certain painkiller. I will explain the details in Esmeralda's lab. I wasn't expecting Essie to have a request for us. No, really, she could have just told us in person. Guessing she just heard this is how we do things and rolled with it. We'll have to go talk to her later. Agreed. We really owe it to her. Zoom-Modus an. Esmeralda and Ray. Oh, hello everyone. I take it you saw our request? The one about gathering ingredients for that painkiller? Yeah, we got it. I get why the request said we now, too. Ah, now that you mention it, it did. You two are working together on this, I take it? That's right. I don't think you've met him before. Everyone, this is Ray. Pleased to meet you. I'm a researcher from CCF over in Liban. Esmeralda gave me a call asking for some help with this new project of hers. So here I am. I just flew in this morning. I study biology, plants specifically. My most notable work would be the acerbic tomato, if you've ever heard of that. I don't blame you if it's flown under your radar though. It hasn't really caught on in Calvert yet. I don't remember anything like that. I think I've seen it on occasion at some imported food stores. It's a really bitter tomato, isn't it? I've had a few of those, I think. Acquired taste, to say the least. I heard they've spread from Libel to Crossbell and Arabonia as well. I've tried them once or twice, but they ain't really my thing. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Acerbic tomatoes are about the exact opposite of sweet. I like them quite a bit, actually. So do I. They are the perfect pick-me-up when I feel myself nodding off. Well, I've got 2 people in my camp at least. I ended up creating them by total accident in a greenhouse, if you could believe it. Imagine the shock and horror of my colleagues' faces when they unsuspectingly bit into one for the first time. Oh, I'll treasure those memories forever. That was the impetus for my biology research. I was just drifting along without a specific focus before then, but those tomatoes saved me. He seems a little eccentric, doesn't he? Thought that was how all lab coat types operate. Well, to an extent, yes. But I'd say he makes the rest of us look normal. Wow, are they really that bitter? I kinda wanna try one. Got it. So you're the botany guy, and then Esmeralda's the bioengineering buff. What led you two to work on a painkiller together then? It does seem like a bit of a leap. You've got that look on your face, Quadre. You've worked it out, haven't you? Well, yes. Being your understudy glues me into these things. First, though, I think we should figure out whether or not we'll take this job before we dive into the details. What's your call, Van? Natürlich. Wir brauchen Geld, wir sind arm. Alright, we are on board. What do you need us to do? Oh, thank you so much. Esmeralda is the project lead on this, for reference. I'm just helping out here and there. She'll fill you in on all the details. Let's go ahead and take it from the top. I'm working to develop bionic limbs for amputees, and these painkillers are an important step in the process. I had a hunch that was it. Bionic limbs, huh? Bioengineering indeed. That does sound up your alley. I know a lot of Jaegers use prosthetic arms and stuff. What does that have to do with painkillers though? With these artificial limbs linked directly to the user's nerves. You know your stuff. Leave it to the Marduk representative to connect the dots. Oh, you flatter me. It's just a field I have a personal interest in. Traditional prosthetics rely on extrapolating movements from the other muscles in the body. It's very awkward and inexact, and that limits their uses for practical applications. Bionic limbs don't have that problem though. Yeah, that makes sense. That'd be the best way to put one in if you can figure out how. You hook them up to the nerves and the brain can use them just like real limbs. Right on the money. That sounds incredible. Yep. It's still mostly theoretical though. Practical examples aren't really there yet. We still have a lot of issues to work out. That's one of the big focuses in my department right now. And chief among those problems is how painful it is to have work done on your nerves. So that's what the painkiller's for. Exactly. Nerve work is an extremely painful procedure, even after the attachment is finished. They're quite literally running a knife across your arm over and over again, all throughout the process. That sounds awful. Can't you just use anesthetics like they do for surgeries? Not really. Anesthesia isn't meant for regular use. Your body really wouldn't appreciate you knocking it out over and over. And that's why you need a painkiller for daily use with minimal side effects. You do know what painkillers are often made from plant extracts? Which is where Ray's research comes in, I assume. Bingo. We might have found just the thing for our new painkiller. It's a luminous plant called Semuria moss. The Septian Church uses it liberally for their own medicine. I'm told it goes by soul moss in the East. I think Long K gave me some of that when he made that salve for me. Pretty rare stuff if I recall. For sure. You don't see it in the usual channels very often. I tried asking my colleagues to see if they had any, but I came up empty-handed, unfortunately. And that's what led us to you. Got it. Sounds pretty straightforward. This ain't our home turf though. I can't exactly call in any favors here. All my connections are back home. Oh, you don't need to worry about sourcing it. We've figured out that it grows naturally here. Back in the world, you can find it in the Cardia limestone cave underneath the city of Sais. That cave has just the right humidity and proximity to the Septian veins. We posited that... What is this word? We posited that it might grow in other caves that meet those criteria. So we looked around here and bingo, we managed to find one. It's in the deepest part of that metal mine Quadre went into yesterday. Really? I should be able to guide everyone there then. You'll find the entrance in that open area where you rescued me yesterday. Well, that's convenient. That explains why you brought this to us and not to the guild. Right, here's the key. This'll let you in. Perfect, thanks. Let's get going then. Be careful in there.
Time to go solve some problems.
Zum Hotel. Hab ich das Auswahl?
Then let's head over.
Ich brauch ja nicht. Ich stand direkt davor. Yo, Harrison, right? Van Arkwright Solutions. You got a 4 SPG for us? Oh, thank the goddess. I could really use your help. How so? Could you fill us in on the details? You're from Vern's weapons development division, right? That's right, Wait a minute, are you Votre Salishan? Hold on, why is he here? Did I not specify that this was to be kept secret from the industry? Your request asked for secrecy from Vern employees, and not Institute of Science personnel. And anyway, Votre here ain't the researcher today. He's working with me for reasons. We won't know how to help you if you don't tell us what the problem is. I feel like this might be related to Professor Callahan's situation. Alright. But please keep this under wraps. If CEO 1000 hears about it, Oh goddess, help me. I can't promise that. It depends on the severity of your situation. But I can promise that I'll hear you out before making any moves. Regaining that classified info is in our best interests, at any rate. Anything beyond that, well, that's the Spriggan's jurisdiction. Well, ain't the kid awfully bossy? Fine, I can work with that. Just let me explain myself in full, please. And preferably in private. So, well, there's no good way I can phrase this. I got caught in a honey trap. Oh, I've heard of those. They crop up a lot in books and films. I guess life really does imitate art. Well, way I see it, that ain't really a problem on its own. She'll leave you blue-balled and bankrupt or what? Well, stop beating around the bush. The more we know, the sooner we can get cracking. I know, It was late last night. I had just gotten off my shift at work. I had with me that briefcase with the classified documents in it, as discussed earlier. And that was when I bumped into her, a hostess. She said she fell out with a regular customer she was fond of. She looked awful. But then one thing led to another and we drank together at Hotel Ingress. Yeah? And what did that lead to? Spit something more at us, why don't you? That's enough. Do I really need to go into more detail? Down, Aaron. Your snide little quips aren't helping. So, what happened afterward? I don't remember, honestly. I couldn't keep my eyes open. When I came to, it was already the next morning. By then, she was long gone and she'd taken the briefcase with her. I panicked. I heard about 4 SPG requests, so I sent one in to try and save face. Huh? Bringing classified materials to a romantic tryst is fresh, to say the least. I know. Just with security clearance and all, I figured it would be safe. Indeed, the security card system has made outside attempts at data breaches difficult. Perhaps that was what led them to target an insider like yourself. So, you'll take it? You'll take it, right? We have to act fast, or that briefcase is as good as gone. What should we do, Van? Wir tun alles, was uns Geld bringt. Alright, we'll take it. Phew. Thank you so much. I can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you, Van. I can't overlook this myself. So, just to make sure. Have you contacted the hotel and asked if they still have it? Might have just left it at the bar or elsewhere. They have a lost and found for those sorts of things, I believe. Actually, that's a good point. I was so panicked that I just assumed it was stolen. Let's hit up the hotel first, then. If they have it, case closed. Might not even charge you for that one. But if it was stolen, then we're on the case. Right, that's fine by me. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, but we don't have anything of that description. We ask our guests to return any missing items they've found, but we haven't seen nor heard of a briefcase. Housekeeping has cleared your room already, but they didn't find anything there either. Well, great. It does sound like it was stolen then, and that brings us to our mystery woman. By the by, did you happen to see a hostess or hostess-esque woman leaving the hotel yesterday morning? A hostess? No, not that I can recall. I see, very odd. So, where could she have gone in that time? Anybody in general leave around that time then? Yes, actually. There was a researcher who rushed out of the hotel that morning. She looked like she was in a hurry. And did she? Yeah, I think she did. She might have had a case with her. A researcher? You know, now that I think about it, she was really sharp. She knew far more about engineering than the layman should. I had been talking to her about my job and she was asking me really in-depth questions about the tech I brought up. Well, sounds like her test kicks BS then. And the scientist act too. Yeah, she knows more than she lets on. That puts the honey trap theory back on the table. And that means the hunt is on. We'll handle the investigation from here. I think we've got enough to go on now. Right. Thank you ever so much. So, we have a general idea of who the suspect is. Now, how do we find her? Process of elimination, I'm thinking. We can try to figure out where she couldn't be. Let's go over the briefcase before that. First step here would be figuring out a motive. What was in there and why was she after it? That's classified info, as I'm sure I don't need to remind you. But well, yeah, we do need to know. Van, can I trust you? Trust is everything in this line of work. Your secrets are safe with us, promise. Alright, Harrison, if you would fill us in. Okay, fine. So, there are blueprints for a new orbital gun, plus some other design documents. The military is planning to adopt them soon. We've been getting our parts and assembly pipelines ready. If those design docs were to fall into foreign hands, yes, that would be a problem. It does explain why its contents were so highly classified. Well, hopefully it doesn't come to that. But if they do get the docs, making the actual gun wouldn't be so easy. It uses some very rare, very complicated metal alloys. And as far as I'm aware, only Basel has the custom-made machining tools required to work with them. With that, the thief was well versed with engineering. You might realize she needs those alloys once she starts reading the documents. Could she still be in the city then, trying to procure some alloys for herself? You can't just work with them by hand. The alloys are useless without those special tools. And you can't buy them from the Wern store unless you show them your certification card. So even if she knew she needed the alloys, she shouldn't be able to use them. She didn't steal your certification card too, did she? She shouldn't have. Oh no. Harrison frantically searched his pockets, but his certification card was absent. Are you kidding me? Not my certification card too. Oh no. Yeah, figured as much. She already had you wrapped around her finger. Betcha she went to the Wern store with it. Let's head over there and ask around. You just sit tight till we've finished our investigation. We'll keep you posted. Okay, good luck. Bestimmt mehr Glück als du hattest, Junge.
The arrow trail's just awesome.
Ist es der unterste? Nee, es ist der oberste. Gott, sind die Läden verwirrt. Welcome, always good to see you, Institute folks. What can I do for you? Yes, hello. We have a question. So, did a female researcher come by the store this morning? Yeah, somebody came by earlier today. Looked like a researcher to me. He was a real looker, I remember that much. He dropped by right after we opened. I see. Did she buy anything? She did, yeah. She asked for some alloy machining tools. It was a bit of a strange ask. But she had her certification card on her, so yeah, I went ahead and got those for her. She also asked where she could get the alloys themselves. Maybe she needed them for a project or something. Anyway, I told her they might be able to help her over at Giscard. So that's where our little fox ran off too. We'd best hurry. Thanks for the info.
Time to depart.
Wir sollten ihre Certification Cards wirklich personengebunden machen. Würde helfen. Well, if it isn't Quadre, what's got you looking so serious? I had a quick question for you, if you don't mind. Have you had a woman from the Institute come by looking for metal alloys? Huh, like you saw it happen. We had someone like that come by just a bit ago. She had a valid card, so I went ahead and sold her the alloys she wanted. Should I not have? Nah, don't sweat it. We just needed to talk with her about something. I see. Well, I guess that's fair. Oh, now you mention it actually. She said something about heading off to Le Burle after she was done with her business here in Basel. If I had to guess, she probably made for Orange Canyon. Thing is, she was driving some sporty ETWS make, so you probably couldn't catch her if you tried. Well, that gives us a good idea of where she is. At any rate, thank you. Should we head over to the canyon then? I mean, it's not like we can catch her if we do. You heard the man. Oh, northeast is where we're heading. Why? That's the complete opposite direction. Think about it. We're dealing with somebody who's making off with classified info and trying to shake the cops off her tail. So why would she just tell some rando where she's going? She ain't gonna leave a trail like that. That does make sense. But then, why did she tell Eugene she was going to Le Burle? To deceive him, I suspect. She may very well have known she's being followed. Having stolen top secret intel, she's likely trying to throw the authorities off her trail. That does make sense. It's exactly what a criminal would do. I agree with Ben then. Let's head for the highway toward Edith. Yeah, once we're back in Newtown, we can hop in my car and hunt them down.
Then let's head over.
I see.
Sicherheit safe. Für die Fall, was mich wieder Entscheidungen treffen lassen, was sie nicht tun sollten. Ich bin schlecht mit Entscheidungstreffen. We need to catch her before it's too late. Well, she's a comfy ride, right? It's comfortable, yes, but I don't think now is the time to be discussing that. Just hurry, please. We have to make sure that classified information doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Yeah. Oh, I think that's the car. Looks like she's about to stop. I'm gonna pull over too, so get ready. Yes, I've left Basel with the documents in hand. I also procured the special tools and alloys, even if that was outside the scope of the mission. But that aside, everything has gone according to plan. I will have to let you go for a moment. I'll call back shortly. I believe we have found our perpetrator. Is this the honey trap girl? Yeah, I did that. Aaron, Gottverdammt! Oh dear, I thought my little ruse would have brought me more time. You do not appear to be associated with the police or Mordew. Perhaps you might be interested in negotiating? I can offer you a substantial reward if you let me go. Tempting, but nah. Normally I'd be up for a little wheeling and dealing, but I've got a pair of scrutinizing eyes on me. Right, you're just gonna have to hand over the case. Just what exactly would you have done had I not tagged along? Oh my, the researcher from the Institute is here too? Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but the case stays with me. I'll give you two options. Go back to Basel empty-handed, or return in body bags. We will never agree to your terms. I concur. We'll instead opt for the third option. Fight. That orbital gun design looks eerily familiar. It must be. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. What? She had monsters this whole time? Someone came prepared. Not like it'll make any difference though. We'll make mincemeat out of them in seconds flat.
There's so many of them! Look out!
All you, Agnes.
I'll get them all at once. I won't let this chance slip by. Some arts should really hurt.
Sucker.
Deploying shield. Do your worst. I suggest we strike energy output at maximum. I'll round them up and scatter them. It's working.
Going all in.
I suggest we strike now.
Huh?
Keep it up. It's working.
Going all in.
Time to go all out.
Werden überhaupt alle treffen? Ja.
Time for the main.
Give them your all. Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Gut. Bisschen schnell. No way. How could I possibly have lost? Checkmate. Now give up the goods. And while you're at it, answer me this. What organization do you belong to? Who hired you? I can answer that in her stead. I recognize that particular gun model. She's likely associated with Sect Arms. You mean that new weapons manufacturer? If I'm remembering things right, their name started making the rounds during the war with the Empire. Correct. They are similar to Marduk in some respects, although they are not nearly as large an enterprise. Their ambitions for weapons development, however, are quite ferocious. They've been aggressive with expanding their market share of late. And now they are sending out spies to do their dirty work? Damn, that's low. I can't say I disagree. Stealing technology from competitors is hardly an ethical business practice. Now then, I suppose we'd better get this stuff back to our client. We should also take her back with us. Could you restrain her for me, Farida? On it. Yes, this all looks right. Thank the goddess. It's all still here. Thank you so much for getting the briefcase back. That's a relief. Is this case closed then? Well, no, it looks like they broke into it. She knew to procure the right alloys and their tool, so I think she probably got to read the documents. The information itself has likely reached Sect Arms already. How they plan to utilize that information, I'm not sure. But simply having Republic schematics will give them an advantage in their own research and development. This is bad. Really bad. There has to be something we can do to stop that, but what? There's another card we can play, but you might not like it. We can bring in some groups to help us out, but then, well, they'll know. This matter concerns more than just you now. There are far-reaching industrial secrets at stake. It would be in your best interest to swallow your pride and consult the authorities. Alright. Fine, the company can know. What's your plan? Well, if we want to stay on good terms with the boys in blue, then we should probably bring this to Vern and let him work with the police themselves. Whole thing will be blown wide open at that point. The client made his bed there. That'll at least stop the intel from spreading. Or we can call some friends in other places. We hit up the second lieutenant and the CID will have this snuffed out in no time. I think they'll be happy with an industrial spy as down payment. Fuck this. Let's give the CID a call. The second lieutenant just so happens to be in the area. We should be able to cover it. The CID? Why go all the way up to them? Wouldn't the police be better suited for local investigations? Nah, the police can't do much about the big picture. This'll really throw a wrench in her plans. For better or worse, the police stick to the letter of the law. The CID? They don't really answer to anything. Justice is blind, but they've got eyes everywhere. Sect Arms as a whole ain't going anywhere once they are done with this perp. I see. Well, that should be fine then. We'll contact the CID, if it's all the same to you. Yeah, I don't really have a choice. I need to bite the bullet and confess. Then it's settled. Reset, can you call up the CID? Certainly. Before long, 2nd Lieutenant Kayla and her CID accompaniment arrived at the scene. The spy was taken into CID custody, followed shortly by cutthroat negotiations with Sect Arm. The client did ultimately confess to his error. However, because he nonetheless helped the CID apprehend the spy, They conveniently expunged his name from their report to the Vern Company. Seriously, I can't thank you guys enough. Without your help, that briefcase would have done some serious damage in the wild. I think it's probably for the best that we consult the CID as much as I didn't want to. Yeah, sucks that we couldn't honor the original request, but eh. Now we got brownie points with the CID, and you still got a clean sheet. Yeah. I feel a bit guilty getting off scot-free, but, well, I can't complain about that, can I? Thank you for concocting such an airtight plan. I need to excuse myself for a minute now. They'd like to question me. Best of luck.
That takes care of that.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
Kleingeld. Bisschen Chaos. Gray Rang 3. Was macht Gray? Oh, Evasion plus 66. Speed plus 27, Move plus 6. Oh, hier überhaupt noch verkommt. Ich hab vorhin kein grünes Dreieck gesehen. Bin ich blind? Ja, kein grünes Dreieck. Hä? Will ich noch ein Quest?
What's next?
Ach, natürlich, die Mine. Haben wir das denn angezeigt?
Banner launched. Objective set.
That hits the spot.
Architect advised. Leave this to me. Here goes.
Charge attack available.
Got you. Activating shards.
Activating skill.
First time. Perfect chance.
A boost would work here.
Going all in.
No.
Deploying shield.
A chance.
Activating skill.
Up to you, Reset.
Might want to boost here.
Have some more. They're stunned.
Do your worst.
Activating skill.
A chance. You're open.
A chance.
Use a shard and attack their weakness with an art. Go all out.
Up to you, Reset.
Might want to boost. One skill coming right up. Mr. Oddbright. There we go.
Hit him fast, Barry.
Activating skill.
A chance. There. I can live with this. Shall I brew you some tea, Miss Cordell?
Hoffen wir einfach im hinteren Teil der Mine ist wieder was.
I'm on it.
Arts attacks advised. An enemy mob. Want to clear them out? Beginning engagement.
Gotcha. They're stunned.
Brace yourself. There's so many of them. Look out. Use a shard boost to get the upper hand. I won't let this chance slip by. Max boost. One skill. Boost gauge enhanced.
Chance.
Certain arts will work better. Go all out.
Like that all you got?
Chance.
Activating skill.
Have some more.
Mary.
Have some more.
Give them some extra.
Hit him fast, Barry. A chance.
Wait here.
Nice. That went great.
You're a true professional, Van. Arts work best on this enemy.
That hits the spot.
The door appears to be locked.
It
Great.
won't be for
Now
long.
we can keep moving.
We have the key right here.
Let's make our way to the innermost depths of the Simuria Moss. For the Simuria Moss. Oh. Was a Käfer.
I'm on it. Boost gauge fully replenished.
Gotcha. They're down.
Unleashing shard strike. Use a shard. Certain arts will displaying enemy stats. Keep it up. It's working.
Certain arts will be more effective.
All out.
Certain arts will be
Going
more
all in.
effective.
Might want to boost some arts. Should really hurt. There we go. Perfect chance.
Activating skill.
There we go.
There.
Bam!
Here goes.
Use a shot to make it skill. Extra. There. Here goes.
Activating skill.
Sucker.
Hey, that one felt pretty good.
You did perfect, Fairy.
Oh my. Quite the reception.
Don't forget about your charge attack.
There. Gotcha. There.
Now, let's make the first so many of them. Look out. Perfect chance. I'll round them up and scatter them.
Energy output at maximum. Activating skill.
Give me help.
Boost gauge limit broken.
A chance.
So, Käfer beseitigt.
All you on yet.
Activating skill.
I won't let this chance slip by. One skill coming right up. Mr. Arkwright. Energy roll. Activating skill.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
Shall I prepare some sweets for you, Mr. Arkwright?
Looks like a chest. Take this. Sit down.
Now's the time for Shaw. Launching ambush.
They're stunned.
Full boost. Go all out. Activate. Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Nice. That
Schön
went
ist.
great.
You're a true professional,
Right?
Van.
Free. Oh, 24% Crit-Chance.
What's next?
Ja, bitte.
Shifting to maintenance mode.
Mal gucken, ob man
Maintenance
Leute
mode
überhaupt
engaged.
hat.
Activating
Switching to maintenance mode.
Ne.
Activating maintenance mode.
Schweißziel runter.
Skills changed. Arts work best on this enemy.
Nein, aber wir wollen die nicht kämpfen, die sind einfach nicht wert.
Looks like the gang's all here.
Commencing battle. Proceed with caution.
They're down.
There are so many of them. Look out!
Up to
I
you,
will address
Reset.
you all at once. One skill coming right. Boost gauge enhanced.
Gesäubert.
That went better than I anticipated.
Always got it down, Reset.
Einmal Wiederbelebung.
Arts work best on this enemy.
Der Käfer.
Get in combat. Show them what you're really capable of.
They're stunned. You snooze, you lose.
Use a sharp boost to get the upper hand. Activating
Time. They're down.
boost gauge
All you
limiter
on yet.
unlocked.
Activating skill.
There. No. Reset.
Sucker.
Perfect chance. No. Bad. Full boost. Attack their weakness with an art. Go all out. Activating skill.
Here goes.
Enemy roll.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
Boost gauge
Shall I
fully
prepare some
replenished.
sweets for you, Mr. Arkwright?
Bet we can rest there.
Was
That hits the
kochen?
spot.
Oh, ihr könnt alles kochen. Machen wir
Sure, give me a minute.
Machen wir erstmal eins für ein, was
Didn't
wir noch
mean to
nicht
keep
haben.
you.
Dass wir das irgendwann
Would be
vielleicht
my
beim Kampf
pleasure.
essen können.
Please, help yourself.
Ich könnte einfach meinen Kampf suchen und das alles schmeißen, wenn ich die ganzen Gourmet-Punkte kriege. Würde das relativ simpel machen. Wie viele Punkte habe ich? Ja, da ich nur noch 210 Wasser habe. Oh, ich da gar nicht weiter zu gucken. Heute bin ich arm. 7500.
Alrighty.
brauche ich gar nicht weiter zu schauen. I believe this is the innermost depths of the sealed area. Take a look at the surface of that boulder in the back. It's glowing. It must be Simuria moss. It looks so mysterious. Alright, let's grab some. Actually, before that... It's approaching from above. Be careful. Riesenkäfer. This pressure. He must be invading its territory. Yeah, stay focused, people. We're driving it back. Wo fahren wir's hin zurück? Wieder an die Decke?
Might want a boost here.
Going all in.
Bin ehrlich, ich bin blind.
Initiating
Ich
trial.
weiß erstmal groß. Zauber.
A boost would work here. Energy output at maximum. Activating
Das
skill.
machen.
It's the end.
Boost gauge limit broken.
Paralyse.
Activating drive. A chance.
Ja noch. Schadenstechnisch geht das ja noch.
Activating drive.
Antisch-Paralyse.
Ja.
Deploying shield.
Activating drive.
A chance.
Sehr schön. Punkte.
Hit him fast, Fairy.
Energy output at maximum. Activating skill.
Give me help.
Boost gauge limit broken.
Now it's my turn. Max boost. One skill coming right up. They're stunned. Boost gauge hands.
Hier machen wir einfach gleich wieder
Initializing drive.
einfach probieren, Paralyse aufrecht zu erhalten.
Activating skill. Now. There. Yes. Here goes.
Activating skill.
There we go.
A chance.
Activating skill. No. Not getting free. I won't hold back. One skill coming right up. No. Miss Glow down. One skill.
Prima.
Boost gauge hands.
Initializing drive. Activating skill.
A chance. There.
Mr. Arkwright.
Wenn ich schon mal den seltenen Gratiszauber bekomme, mache ich den auch. Und das war mal ein Käfer. Phew. I'm glad that worked out. Very nice work, everyone. Time to grab the goods. Obtained Simuria moss. So this is Simuria moss? Its pale glow makes it quite a mysterious plant. I bet this would go for a shit ton of mirror if we grabbed them by the root. They are important research materials, so please only take what you need. Just messing around. Pretty sure you were at least half serious. Not like I don't get where he's coming from. Anyway, that's the job done. Let's get back to the research lab. Oh, vorher nutzen wir gleich die Chance hier zum Heilen.
Whew. That hits the spot.
Ich hab noch nichts Gescheites, gell? Oh, ich hab die alle. Dann machen wir das doch.
Modifying your orbment, are you?
Equipment. Equipment. Wir tauschen das aus. Wo ist denn da? Leopard Strap. Accuracy geht runter, aber mehr Crit und alles andere. Bitteschön, Fairy.
Taking off now.
das ist noch die mittlerste Stufe der Geschwindigkeit. Kannst du ja noch höher stellen. This is what you're looking for, right? Yep, this is the stuff. Oh, thank you so much. Now our research can go forward as planned. We can't let old George do all the work, can we? Is he a colleague of yours at the Institute? Oh no, he's all the way over in Erebonia, actually. He's a student of Professor Schmidt, another one of the 3 disciples, and he's researching artificial limbs too. Bioengineering isn't his niche, but he's a whiz at just about anything he puts his mind to. A friend of his lost an arm a while back, and he's been working really hard on artificial limbs ever since. He's even published papers on them. Ah yeah, I remember reading those papers. They were comprehensive, to say the least. Not just the theory, but the design limits, materials, budgeting, everything. Truly a brilliant man. You're quite well connected, I see. Even outside your specific field. I happened to meet him when he visited CCF to study a while back. We hit it off pretty well. Turns out we share a lot of friends ourselves. We plan to share this painkiller with him once we've finished developing it. We may come from different backgrounds, but we're both engineers working toward a common goal. That's the whole point of science, no? Ah, how sweet. It's kind of a thing among Jaegers too. At the end of the day, work's work. And having some friendly competition never hurts. Well, we'll try not to take up any more of your time. Thank you so much for your help. Glad to be of service. That goes for you as well, Quadre. But please, do try and rest when you can. Well, same to you, Essie. Thanks though, I'm glad we could help.
Mission accomplished! Great job, you guys! Reward
Right,
deposited. Ladder launched.
Dann machen wir mal Hauptquest weiter. Oh, I remember seeing you yesterday. Were you looking to speak with Professor Cronkite? He just left, sorry. Shoot, we just missed him. He does seem to be spending a lot of time outside his lab lately. You wouldn't happen to know where he went, would you? We're looking into Callahan's disappearance. We thought he might know a thing or two about the guy. I'm not sure where he went, I'm afraid. If I had to guess though, I think he's taking a quick break right now. There's this cafe he's taken to visiting lately. He usually heads out for a pick-me-up around this time. Oh? Where is it? Well, that's the million-mirror question. The owner, Willie, roams around town all throughout the day. The cafe is never in one place for long. He just packs up and goes wherever his heart guides him. The professor has his pattern down to a science though. I have no idea how he does it. Oh, that's the place we visited yesterday. I do remember the guy saying some professor type stopped by a lot. Neither Essie nor I can make sense of the cafe's movements either. Well, process of elimination it is then. Let's start with where we saw it yesterday. Maybe we'll run into somebody who saw him pack up, and then we just follow the trail from there. I heard from students that he was over by the church in the artisanal district last night. It sounded like it was late enough that he would have called it a night instead of packing up and heading somewhere else. We have a lead then. We should ask if anyone in the area saw the cafe the following day. Yeah, let's head on over to the church and see what's up.
Ladder launched. Objective set.
Hier ist noch mehr. Hier auch Spur. So. I thought you wouldn't want to take some more time off. You still look awfully tired. Are you sure you're alright? I just don't want to cause everybody more trouble than I already have. I never expected Professor Callahan to just disappear like that either. Nor did I. I was just as shocked when I learned of it this morning. The police are investigating it as we speak. It has to have been a kidnapping. He would never just vanish and leave his research on the table like that. I just can't believe it. He didn't want this. I hate what he did to me, but I never wanted it to end up like this. Cindy. Hey there, sorry to intrude, but you're Cindy then? Oh, are you? Right, you're the spring investigating his disappearance. Now I remember. That's me, yeah. Do you need something from me? We wanted to talk to you about a job we were working on. Can we talk in private for a sec? So, your name was coming up a lot when we were looking into these harassment allegations here at the Institute. We got an anonymous tip to kick this whole thing off, so I just wanted to ask, were you the whistleblower? I'm sorry, but no. Wait, it wasn't you? Definitely not. This is the first time I've even heard about you. But I admit he was really starting to wear me down. I started feeling like I should just leave the Institute entirely. Sometimes I wanted his research to crash and burn. Sometimes at night I wished I would disappear. But I just can't go public with this. He's such an incredible scientist. I couldn't bear to ruin his whole career over this. I see. I wonder who our client could have been then. Good question. We did get a couple hints from yesterday's questioning. Let's start with those. I may be barking up the wrong tree here, but have you met a man called Astor? He's another one of my colleagues. I last saw him at this morning's meeting. He was mumbling to himself throughout the meeting. It made me kinda curious. I think I heard him say, "They took it. If they get the evidence, he's done." Huh? My first time hearing his name. They took it. Could very well mean us taking his job off our bulletin board. You might be onto something there. Could you tell us where we might find him? He mentioned that he was doing his work on a sofa today, since the lab is out of commission. He's probably still somewhere in the Institute, but I couldn't tell you where specifically. Got it. Thanks for the info. Please, think nothing of it. I hope the professor's okay. The harassment is one thing, but his disappearance has everyone shaken. And I hope I can bounce back from all this. I know it's been tough on everybody while I was away. If you do find Esther, give him my regards.
This feels relaxing.
Erste oder zweite Etage? Ach ja. Da oder ja. This theory could greatly simplify the equations we are using. I'll have to test that out at the lab. Oh, wait, no. I forgot. It's a total mess right now. I have to wait until it's cleared up. I need to do the professor proud. He can't screw this up. Sup, you Esther? Cindy told us about you. And who are you, if I may ask? We are from Arkwright Solutions. I put out a request on our bulletin board yesterday, and we're looking into their case. It's them. I wasn't expecting you to seek me out in person. I did find out that you took the job though, and that you talked to the professor direct. I saw you leaving his room yesterday. That saves me the rundown. Sorry if that's not what you wanted us to do. The way you wrote the request made it sound like you just wanted him to stop, instead of trying to bring legal action against him. That's right. Very perceptive of you, kudos. Do you mind telling me what he said? Not at all. Dude went off the rails. Ben provided Esther all the testimonies they had recorded the previous day. They then summarized their conversation with Professor Callahan. Yeah, I had a feeling he'd do that. I completely agree, his behavior was reprehensible. We tried to explain that to him, but he just wouldn't listen. Nothing worked. Of course, that's all on the back burner now. Yeah, one look at this lab and you can tell how oppressive it is. I'm really worried for him. It's gotten so bad that I actually considered going public with this. This is just too much to bear. But well, not right now I won't. His safety takes priority. So it's not just revenge, is it? You sound as if there's more to it. Oh, absolutely. I've never met a more talented, passionate man than Professor Callahan. Katze, Krallen aus dem Fuß. Au! who he is as a person doesn't change who he is as a scientist. He's one of the greatest minds of our generation. I still respect him, but all the same, I hate how he betrayed me. That's what a lot of your... Wait, hold on, back up a bit. What do you mean betrayed? Above this abuse, above all else, Callahan betrayed my feelings. Every time I see the professor with him, it makes my blood boil. He does a bunch of work behind our backs, he goes scurrying out of town on a whim. Just why? Am I not good enough for you, Professor? Why would you just toss me to the wayside like that? I'm sorry, I'm ranting. Oh, it's quite alright. Sounds like Esther had a much more complicated relationship with Professor Callahan. One guy yesterday said some of the professor's assistants were acting real weird lately, but he put that down to stress. Well, this is definitely news to us. We're working on another job actually. They want us to try and find him. If you know anything about where he might have gone, you mind sharing with us? Oh, you're looking for him? Of course. I like to think I know him pretty well. I don't like letting him out of my sight for even a second. Could you tell us about this individual he meets with, then? I don't know his name, but I know he's not from the Institute. He doesn't dress like it anyway. He's real cushy with the professor now. I've never gotten a look at his face. I only see him at night. He said he goes out of town a lot. Do you know where? Yeah, the old outdoor experiment complex. You're familiar with it, right, Quatre? Right. That building on the outskirts of the canyon. That does sound weird. What on earth was he doing out there? I wish I knew. All I know is that he would head out there with that strange friend of his. I just don't understand why he's gallivanting off with some other man when he has me. Thanks for the info. That's a really big help. I'm glad to hear that. Please bring him back safely for me.
Well done, everyone.
Love to see it.
Au, Katze. Oh, musstest du mir so im Fuß hacken? Schlaf weiter.
Let's do this.
Nein, falsche Seite. Linke Seite vom Touchpad. Nadia said that Willy was here until late last night, but there's no trace of him left. Guess it only makes sense that he'd have moved by now. Hey there, you guys looking for Willy's cafe? You could say that, yeah. I was eating at his place when he was here last night. After I finished my meal, he closed up shop and went off toward Newtown. If I had to guess, he's probably over there today or close to it. You can never be sure with him, he's a real freebird. But that's as good a guess as any. Gotcha. Now that you mention it, he was over there this time yesterday too. Sucks he doesn't stick to a schedule. But maybe he does have a pattern. We might also find people there who have seen the cafe more recently. This is our most probable lead, so I recommend we take a look. Sounds good. Let's head on over to the hotel where we saw him yesterday, and then we can go from there. Thanks for the help, man. No problem. Not sure what you're tracking him down for, but best of luck regardless.
Then let's head over.
Ach, unser Freund. I wasn't expecting much, but oh, well. Just how I wanted to spend my day, going on a wild goose chase on the clock. The food here is so good. Just sucks that it's so hard to track this place down. I was lucky to catch him before he moved. Alright, now I'm feeling energized. Time to get cracking. And X marks the spot. Excuse me, you got a sec? Oh, you guys were looking into those harassment claims, right? I got in touch with a friend of mine for the first time in a while. She works at the Institute. Need me to set you two up? This is something different. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. We're just looking for somebody. The roaming cafe was just around here, right? Oh, Willie's? Yes. He was parked here until, 10 minutes ago? I guess he's quicker on his feet today for whatever reason. As soon as I got done eating, he packed up and left. I think he was headed for the artisanal district. Great, the old runaround. Be sure this wild goose chase is worth it. Well, he can't have gone very far yet. Sometimes he even changes his mind and stops right in his tracks. He really does go wherever his heart wanders. Well, we know where to look. Let's catch him before he strays too far.
The Aero Tram's just awesome.
It's so convenient nowadays.
Yang. Finally found you.
Katra, and that group with the Spriggan, correct? I expected you might be coming to find me soon.
Strange how the man we just so happened to casually run into twice already is doing such incredible work for the Republican army. Yeah, he's developing weapons like those big humanoid things, right? Correct. He's quite a known figure within Marduk. Pleasure seeing you again. It's a real honor that such an esteemed professor remembers folks like us. And since you do, I imagine you've got a pretty good idea of why we're here.
I do, considering your position in recent events. Professor Callahan truly has left me in quite a predicament. His ties to the instability of the Orbital Network and its distribution, as well as the Mafia, were unfortunate enough on their own. But now here you are, dragging me into it.
How do you know all of that? You get all that from the CEO?
No, the logic is simple enough. One need only link the subject of his research to the timing of the city's recent dilemmas for the pieces to fall into place. There is also that vast sum of money he received from an unknown source and various inexplicable phenomena to consider. It all shares a lot in common with those perplexing incidents that have taken place across the Republic the past few months. The ones related to Almada and their ever-expanding influence. Now, am I wrong?
Sugarman, willst du für uns arbeiten? Wow. I'm amazed that you could connect the dots so precisely. Then we have all we
need? Do you really?
Right. It's a researcher's duty to substantiate a working theory by accumulating proof. Any conclusion that skips over this process holds no value.
As I've so often told you, ultimately, you must arrive at your own conclusion as a fellow researcher. Though I would not be against offering you my guidance as I did when you completed Fio and Zeros. I shall be on my way then. I have much research that requires my attention.
This guy is such a pain in the ass. And here I thought he was gonna be our next lead. Do you mind, Agnes? Oh, I understand. Just a minute, please. Researchers don't work all on their own to find answers, right? The wisdom they gain is built on the research and papers of people who came before them. Oh?
True. I cannot deny that. And?
I was just thinking we could exchange info, make a deal. We happen to have something that pertains to those inexplicable phenomena you brought up. If you'd be open to giving us a little more of your time, I think we and that something could make it worth your while.
Oh?
You mean, is it a Genesis?
Very well then. I'm intrigued. I'd like to see this something that relates to all the incidents taking place across the Republic.
So eine gottverdammte Spielekonsole, also ich weiß auch nicht, warum die alle wollen.
This puzzle piece that appears neither to be an artifact nor the singularity from a year and a half ago. Well, where is it?
Weil Spielekonsole hat richtig gute Titel, also ein bisschen verständlich schon. Wow. I see now. Analyze this device for us, Quadri. Can I touch it? Yes, of course. Judging by the way it's aged, I wouldn't even say it's anywhere close to being a century old. So definitely not an artifact. All these buttons and indicators make the front look obtuse at first, but it's all organized and looks to serve a clear purpose. From my perspective, it resembles more the original generation of orbments back when they were based off of clocks. It's significantly more complex than any of those, however. This here is the work of a genius. Wait, could this have been made by... A commendable effort. It is one of the experimental devices that my own master was involved in developing, leading to the establishment of orbment technology. One of the 8 orbment prototypes developed by Professor C. Epstein. They are called the 8 Genesis. I was not aware they were still in existence. I can't believe I'm touching an orbment designed by Professor Epstein. How did you come to have something like this, Agnes? Sorry, but we're gonna have to stay tight-lipped on that one, even if you are connected to one of the 3 disciples. Like we said before showing it to you, we're counting on you guys to keep their existence a secret. I will be true to my word. And it does help me understand what you're doing here in Basel now. Now, it's time I compensated you for what you have shown us. You wanted to know about Professor Callahan's research, correct? Yeah. We've heard he was the one who developed the weaponry that's being used by Calvert at the moment. So whatever he's trying to develop right now has to do with military tech too. You are indeed correct regarding what he achieved, but he is a researcher of engineering science first and foremost. In a sense, he is currently grappling with one of that field's most difficult challenges. The realization of a certain thought experiment and the use of the physical phenomena involved in as weapons. What's a thought experiment? Oh. Couldn't be. Ah yes, it doesn't surprise me in the least that someone from Marduk would have heard of that to which I'm referring. Of course, the existence of such weapons is purely theoretical. It is impossible to create them using modern technology. Not without a discovery so groundbreaking that it fundamentally upends what is possible. Well then, I have said all I intend to. Now I must return to work. Hey, I'm not following any of this. I don't believe in discussing the research of others at length publicly until it has been published. I've given you all the information that the antique you showed me justifies. Pottery will enlighten you on the rest, I'm sure. So that's where he draws the line as a researcher, huh? This is very like him. So, are you able to pick up where he left off? Yeah. What's this thought experiment he was talking about? Well...
I remember hearing about this from Professors Callahan and Hamilton a long time ago. About a theoretical form of tech in which the smallest units of matter would create a fusion reaction, producing a massive amount of energy. Such diabolical weapons cannot be created, but if they could, the consequences could be unthinkable. They're often referred to as nuclear weapons.
What an ominous idea. I could barely understand your explanation, but just hearing it sent a chill down my spine. Yeah, you can say that again. Their existence is purely theoretical. No one has ever come close to creating such a thing. The predictive simulations that Marduk has run rate their probability of being realized anytime soon as extremely low. Parallel distributed computing alone isn't going to be enough to get over the insurmountable hurdles that stand in its way. Agreed. Even if whatever was at work behind the scenes in Crossbell a year and a half ago was the one involved, Professor Callahan would know all of this too. So if he really is still trying, it makes it even harder to guess where he could be. But we still have to find him, whatever it takes. Phew, that was a lot to take in. I'm still trying to process it all myself. I can hardly believe Professor Callahan is attempting to develop nuclear weapons. His chances of succeeding are slim to none, but we can't discount the possibility that he'll make another dangerous invention along the way. And we can't let something like that fall into Almada's hands. We'll need some clues if we want to stop them though. And that outdoor experiment complex in the canyon is the best lead we have. If he's been frequenting that place, there's a decent chance he'll have left something incriminating behind. Well, What are we standing around here for then? Let's get our asses over there and get the jump on him. We'll back that son of a bitch in a jiff and leave the cops' guilds and CID's jaws on the floor. A solid course of action. We should make our way over there as soon as we are ready. Sounds like a plan. I should let my classmates know what's going on. So, wenn ihr uns immer hier platziert, können wir gleich mal die ganzen Quests reporten.
Those are impressive results.
W-Rang?
Then I'll update your rank.
I'll gladly take that.
Nebulous. Where's Nebulous? Pluto's Nova.
Arts are
So.
still modified.
Das. Blind und Death Blow. Schick, schick.
Don't take too long to decide now. Come back soon.
Off we go.
Here we are. Keep your eyes peeled. Got it. Thinking about it, it's the first time we ever got to drive somewhere as a group. How did you mention it? You're right. The truck is much more comfortable now too. Yeah, you've clearly done more than just expand the vehicle's capacity, huh? You must have spent quite a lot of time and mirror customizing it. You can tell? Yeah, the suspension is the main thing. Nope, not interested. Anyway, we came here. But I almost forgot you were here last night. Wasn't it because of resets? It's quite alright. I'm sure Mr. Salesian is well aware. You're talking about that Marduk satellite? Yeah, I know about it. You were the one communicating with it then? My apologies. I didn't intend to disturb your stargazing. Don't worry about it. It's bothered me before, but we need all the support we can get right now. Look, Theo and Ceres are here to help. Huh. So the Robo-Might's here to hang out too? He's good for ground combat, right? Can see him being a big asset here. Oh, without a doubt. We're going to explore the canyon, Theo. And I want you to remain vigilant of our surroundings, Ceres. Understood, Quadre. So, our destination is the outdoor experiment complex at the other end of this road, right? That's right. But we're sure to run into monsters on the way. Be careful. Quadre can now use the craft Procyon Fang.
Watch out for ranged attacks. Warning, S-level threat detected.
Okay, ignoriere den einfach. Fertig.
That looks like a nice chest.
Hallo Pflanze. Burn 2.
Yeah.
Lensing battle. Proceed with caution. Unleashing shard strike.
They're down.
Activating skill. You're open. A chance. There. Yeah. You're open. Perfect chance.
A boost would work here.
Yeah. Very. Reset. One skill coming right up.
A chance.
In the throw.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
You're a true professional, then. Time for you to focus. Might want to boost here. Time to go all out. One skill and boost the hands. Now.
Like hell you are. Bring it on.
Activating skill.
All you on, yes.
Activating skill.
Perfect chance.
Energy output at maximum. Activating. Boost gauge limit broken.
Some extra chance.
Certain art activating skill.
There's time for set. Max boost. One skill coming right up. Here I go. One skill and boost gauge enhance.
Chance.
Attack their weakness. Lay an art.
Blind.
Full boost. Go
Das ist
all
noch
out.
eine Variante.
Boost gauge limiter
Ich war schon
unlocked.
50 Mal verfehler.
I won't stop
Agnes
here.
White Heal has been upgraded to Innocent Heal. Nice work, you two. Same to you, Padre. That dog of yours is a hell of a beast, huh? Yeah. He's just as tough as any military monster I've ever seen. Your support is proving a valuable asset in battle too. Thanks. Oh, I wasn't the only one who made them. I had the rest of my family's help. Life was so much fun in those days. The professor was still in Basel, Young and Essie were around. Supervisor Giscard was always there to support us, and Professor Callahan was so nice to everyone too. Padre. Professor Hamilton left the Republic roughly 2.5 years ago to assist with the environmental issues in the East, correct? Yeah, he did the right thing for the future of Simuria, but a lot has changed for the worse ever here since then. You would say Yang is the greatest mind to be born since her own teacher, and that's made clear with his weapons development work for the government. Now he's shifted focus to some other mystery project that I'm sure will be incredible, as he's mostly focused on developing new technology in the field of medicine now. He's always been one for getting lost in her own world. Professor Callahan was a top engineer of his generation, but he ended up getting surpassed by Professor Cronkite, which is what eventually led to our current mess. Yeah, I promised Gran I'd take care of things in her absence, but I haven't done a good job at all. I don't know how I'm going to face her when she comes back. I'm sorry. Just forget I said anything. Hey Gran, you mean Professor Hamilton, right? Aw, you try and come across as a big man, but you're just Grammy's little baby boy at the end of the day, huh? I wouldn't go that far. She's his family, so I care about her a lot. That's all. She, Yang, and Essie might not be my family by blood, but they are in every other sense. I see. Anyway, this isn't any place to be standing around flapping our chops. Let's move on.
This could get tricky with so many.
Take this!
Commencing battle. Proceed with caution. There are so many of them. Look out! Give them your all.
Ach, schade.
All you on, yes.
Ich sollte die Aktionsliste checken. Ich hätte den Zauber schmeißen können.
Perfect chance.
Energy output at maximum.
Da hätte ich ihn doch gleich mal testen können.
Activating skill.
Give me.
Boost gauge limit broken.
I won't let this chance slip by. One skill coming right up. Mr. Arkride. Attack their weakness. You're open. That looks like a nice chest. Powered up. Stats upgraded.
Oh, rote Kiste.
A treasure chest.
Sport. Accessoire. Sport. Defense 3. Wer ist am squishysten? 400. Fairy.
Maintenance mode engaged.
Natürlich Fairy. Ach, das ist eh zu unverlässlich mit
Shard skills
10%.
updated.
Watch out for ranged attacks.
Mehr Menschenfresser, mehr Menschenfresserpflanzen.
Activating shards. I won't lose.
Certain arts will be more effective.
Brace yourself.
Boost
All
gauge
you
limiter
on yes.
unlocked. Get the
Time
boost. Boost
All
gauge
you
limiter
on yes.
unlocked.
Certain arts will be more
Let's go
effective.
all out. I suggest we strike them.
Initializing drive.
Going all in.
Ha! Reset. One skill coming right up.
Sucker. Like hell you are. You'll pay for that.
Full boost. Activating skill. Flinched.
Analyse bitte. Sehr schön.
Won't get away with this. No.
A chance.
Give me all. Activating skill.
Up to you, Reset.
Miss Glow down.
Sucker.
Perfect chance.
Activating skill.
Sucker.
Down. Use a shard of your own. There we go. I won't let this one skill coming right up. There.
Have some more.
Activating skill.
Schön. We're going in the right direction here, aren't we? As far as I remember, yeah. I've been here before, but not many times. No redirection from it at all? Not even a little, no. We're just gonna have to keep pressing on then. Are you talking about the Genesis that you showed us earlier? Yes. We have reason to believe that the Genesis are in some way connected to what's happening here. Wieso ist die Mehrzahl jetzt plötzlich anders geschrieben? Whatever. I really wish I knew a bit more about them. How did you even end up with something belonging to Professor Epstein? Well, Agnes gave Quadre a brief summary of her background and all the crises the Genesis had caused thus far. So you're Professor Epstein's great-granddaughter. You know, I do remember hearing from Professor Hamilton that he had an adopted daughter who went missing. That would be my grandmother, yes. She passed when I was younger, however. Those words at the end of Professor Epstein's diary certainly are worrying. This is all the trouble you say they've caused. Even if Professor Epstein did make them, I cannot believe how much they seem to be capable of. We still don't know what they'll be used for here in Basel either. Even if we assume they are involved here, we still don't know how they'll tie into what's happening. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a clear pattern we can deduce from all the other cases to guide us. Actually, I might as well ask. You don't think having something like that would let them develop impossible tech, right? No, it's highly unlikely. There are exceptions, like whatever happened a year and a half ago, which I don't know much about, I'll admit. But that was a very special case. None of the technology that was used back then has been used since. Technology is almost always developed in a clear, progressive manner, without any large gaps or sudden leaps. How do you explain the Orbital Revolution then? I believe those devices then were only used to learn how orbital phenomena work, as well as to learn how to apply those phenomena elsewhere. They didn't create new technology from scratch so much as improve the development environment and enable it to become what it was. Which in itself is a significant. But that may be what we're dealing with. You can create new technology out of nowhere like magic. However, if you can somehow create a development environment that defies common sense, it's all falling into place now. Exactly. Sounds like we haven't got time to waste. Right. Die Kiste mit ein bisschen Seppel, ich könnte welches gebrauchen. Nee. Oh, Hühnchen. Ihr Hühnchen.
I'm on it.
Take this.
Now, let's make launching ambush. Full boost. Go all out. Activating
Braces.
skill. Activating skill. Boost gauge limiter.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
Shall I prepare some sweet treats for Arthur?
Krabbeltiere.
Take her stun.
There's so many of them. Look out! Certain arts will work better.
Up to you, Reset. Sucker.
Perfect chance.
Activating skill. Activating skill.
Then, give them your all.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
You kick butt, man. Ooh, a treasure chest.
Yellow Medal. Defense, Arts Defense plus 20, prevents Seal and Mute.
No enemies found.
Das ist auch nicht. Das Ding weg. Wo ist es hin? Nehmen wir das. Was hab ich hier noch was ich ersetzen kann? Das ist jetzt 400. Ein bisschen mehr Speed.
I eagerly await your performance.
Show them what you're really capable of.
The stun.
Unleashing Shard Strike. Full boost. No activate.
Great. The stun.
Give them your all. Boost gauge.
Up to you,
We're
Reset.
up. Right up.
Have some more.
Schöne
Looks like a
Teil.
chest.
That went better than I anticipated.
Always got it down, Reset.
Best point found.
Whew. That hits the spot.
Und Change. Und hier noch was mir Geld bringt? Nö.
Indeed.
Den brauchen wir noch. So Waffen. Ah, yes. Ferry. Gut. There it is. It looks so dilapidated. It's the perfect place to conduct field research for the natural science, though. I get what you mean, but it sure doesn't look like there's cutting-edge research being done in it. I can see some relatively recent footprints and tracks on the ground. If nothing else, it has certainly been in use. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the professor was being held hostage here. Well, we'll find out soon. Was war denn hier? Griffin? Roa Graham. A giant avian monster? It looks like a giant Graham. Be careful. This area must be its turf. Time to take it out. Back me up, Theo. Zeros. Understood, Quadre. Das ja nicht meine Teamaufstellung. Gut. Denn ihr habt dafür ein Fable, das plötzlich zu machen. Ohne Ankündigung und alles.
Activating skill. Boost gauge limit broken.
Great Trash Claw. Ouch.
Do your worst.
Activating skill.
Give me power.
Boost gauge limit broken.
I shall end right up. Huh? Boost gauge hands. One skill. I shall end. Boost gauge hands.
Haben wir noch Parent Storm.
Initializing drive.
A chance.
Give them your
Time
all.
for the main event.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Net is raw.
Here goes.
Analysiert.
You're crushed!
Deploying shield.
Perfect chance!
Energy output at maximum.
There!
Hit him fast, Fairy!
Blink! Yes!
Certain arts will be more
Time to go
effective.
all out!
Loading
Going all
enemy
in.
stats. Initializing drive.
Full activating skill!
Hit him fast, Fairy!
Activating skill.
Sucker!
Reset! One skill coming right up!
Sucker!
There!
Au!
You're open!
Willst du aufhören, Schlichtke? Ich würde mich gerne ein bisschen heilen.
I'll take you on!
Boost level maximum strength.
It'll be a
Boost gauge limit increased.
full boost! Keep it up! It's activating skill!
Buster!
I won't let this chance slip by. Max boost! Time to go all out! Some arts!
Schluss.
One skill is right up! Take that! Miss Alpha-Ed! Keep it up! It's working!
I suggest we strike now.
Hit him fast, Fairy!
Gut. Monster kaputt. That takes care of it. Good work, everyone. That was rough. Something up, Quatre? Well, just that this area is absolutely used for field research by the Institute on a regular basis. And yet I've never once heard reports of monsters like that one showing up here. That goes for the monsters we found in the mining tunnel too. Though we've got monsters popping up all over in places they really shouldn't be. One possibility does come to mind. Could be the abnormality is actually far below us. What do you mean? Why below? You are as sharp as ever, Mr. Arkwright. I didn't expect you to connect this to the many other disturbances across this continent in recent years. Not so quickly, at least. I'm just going off hearsay, though. I'm guessing you're a lot more in the know about them than me. There have been numerous cases in the past few years of disturbances in the septium veins causing abnormalities. During Erebonia's civil and international wars, or Crossbell's unilateral independence declaration and recent occupation, for example. Septium veins? I remember hearing about them in the past from Bien. Something about them flowing under the continent and being the source of all life. They are called dragon veins in the east. Indeed, interference with the septium veins has produced a number of distinct phenomena. Among them is the emergence of new monsters, as well as existing ones becoming noticeably more aggressive. It has also resulted in the appearance of giant monsters from a higher plane known as cryptids. This is all news to me. It does sound similar to what's happening here. Assuming there is a connection, then what's happening here in Basel? There's still no signs of life inside the building. If someone was in there, I'd figured that battle would have drawn them out. It looks like we might have come here for nothing, but we might still find something useful in there. Yeah, I think we should have a good look inside, just in case. Ich nehme ein paar Cryptids. Die geben immer schöne Dinge, wenn man sie besiegt. Da blubbert jemand im Wasser. There's rust everywhere, and not a soul to be seen. That PC over there is plugged in. There's a cable connecting it to the Orbital network even. I wonder if that belonged to Professor Callahan. Does it seem like you'll be able to get anything off of it? I'm afraid not. He's got it locked down hard. Allow me. My scanning software should have us inside within 10 minutes or so. Incredible. You're so fast and yet so precise at the same time. Thank you. Almost too fast. Almost like she's... Huh? This looks to to be Professor Callahan's notes about the past few weeks. I have finally found the investor I've been seeking. We exchanged messages a few times over the Orbital network before a representative from the Anchorville company came to visit me directly. I already suspected that they were affiliated with the infamous A, and sure enough, he freely admitted as much. He offered to give me almost unlimited funding in exchange for performing an experiment under certain special conditions. If I were to agree to all those conditions, it would change everything. It would dramatically increase the speed at which I can do my research, fundamentally alter what is possible. After much thought and soul-searching, I agreed to a portion of their conditions in order to finally take back my place ahead of Cronkite. These are the bare minimum of conditions required for me to prevail. By using parallel distributed computing to harness the resources of the entire city, the preparations for my task are almost complete. However, there is still a vast wall that needs to be overcome. Climbing this wall is nigh impossible, at least not without accepting their final condition as well. I suspect I will have to wrestle with what to do on that front until the very end. But come what may, I must succeed. I must. For my goal is the realization of the seemingly impossible, the creation of nuclear weapons. What, Ray? Looks like we struck gold here after all. That professor with the glasses was right. This doesn't change anything, right? You still don't think it's possible he could actually pull off what he's claiming he can? Absolutely not. Not with modern technology. He would need to have stumbled upon something truly epoch-making to change that. A huge paradigm shift. Another singularity to use as an example. Even if that did happen, a lengthy process of testing, theorizing, and such would still be needed. That's likely why Professor Epstein and his disciples never realized the technology either. No, I think it's more likely that they deliberately choose not to even try. Still, those notes made it sound like he was close. Like he was only a step or two away, yes. He mentioned parallel distributed computing too, although I couldn't hazard a guess as to what that final condition he mentions could be. Perhaps it refers to some kind of AI so advanced it could eliminate the need for decades of work. But how would they even create or obtain such a thing? Well, I think we found all we're gonna find here. We should get back to the city. I agree. Perhaps the CID, Guild, or Ren might be able to help.
What was that?
It sounded like the water splashing outside.
It must have come from the swamp out front.
Maybe we should look into it, just in case.
Over there!
Wir sind beseitigt.
Agnes! Ketra! Don't look!
No! This can't...
Professor Callahan!
The cause of death was drowning. I suspect he was knocked unconscious before being thrown into the swamp. Send the body for an autopsy right away.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on a minute.
I'll leave this to you.
Of course you will. This is out of your jurisdiction.
Why is a murder happening all the way out here? Just what are you people covering up?
We are currently conducting an investigation. This area is off limits.
We don't need your permission when a civilian is dead. Our code is all the permission we need.
Don't you realize this murder could go unsolved if you charge in and start disturbing the crime scene?
Pieces are just about coming together. Yeah. His abduction from the lab yesterday pointed in that direction too. But it's now crystal clear he made a deal with the Mafia, and this is the end result. It's Farbad all over again. The motive then was to stop the victim from talking and to make an example of him. Is it the same here, I wonder? How can all of you be so calm? Someone was just murdered. Oh, trust me, I'm burning with anger on the inside. Those bastards have screwed us over again and again, and this is the perfect chance to make them pay for it. So you do understand what I'm feeling. They do, yes. They've both been through a lot. I'm sorry about what happened to the professor. But we've been finding more and more clues, which means we are probably getting to the heart of the matter. Which also means this ain't over. Not yet. We've got to keep our cool if we're gonna get to the bottom of this. We can pay him back with a hot head. Pretty sure the key to solving all of this is gonna be the final condition he mentioned in his notes. You remember the chaos in Crossbell a year and a half ago, right? This is an oversimplification, but it all came about as the result of a technological singularity. That singularity gave birth to superintelligence far beyond humanity's current capabilities. Then, after everything came to an end, it was lost again. That's quite a lot to take in. How do you even learn this shit? Did you think we're dealing with tech like that here? No. It was well established by multiple sources that it is impossible to replicate the technology that was lost. Of course, that doesn't preclude the possibility of humanity creating it themselves at some point in the future. But that could be decades or centuries in the future. And even a year and a half ago, nuclear weapons hadn't been created. So it's a similar deal as what happened then, but still fundamentally different at its core. It's hard keeping up with all of this. You don't think the Genesis could be what makes it different, do you? It's a good point. Yeah, I'd say you're on the right track there. A puzzle piece that didn't exist in Crossbell then, but is part of what's happening now. Prototype orbments that are even more of an enigma than artifacts and capable of bringing about miracles. If we assume they are involved here, then it makes you wonder just what a final condition with them in the mix would look like. So it does. It does seem like a valid approach. Not bad, small fry. Thanks. I still don't know what's going on though. We've already established that the issue with the orbital network in Basel were caused by parallel distributed computing. Then we have Professor Callahan developing nuclear weapons, which was thought to be impossible before being murdered. Plus the fact that this is so similar and yet so different to what happened in Crossbell.
Should you ever find yourself stuck when trying to solve a problem, take a step back and look at the bigger picture. That applies to more than just research too, you know. It will be the key to finding your answer.
No, that final condition couldn't be. I wonder who's calling.
Agnes? Thank goodness, I finally got through.
Rain? What's wrong? Don't tell me you already learned what we found.
Never mind that. That's just a diversion. Hurry back to the city right away. There's a tea party getting started over here.
Ich glaube, so würde ich es nicht nennen.
Ren?
Oh my, looks like you got me. So, did you get everyone to safety?
We did, but what's going on?
There are archaisms running amok in the city? They must have been purchased from the black market.
They've only just arrived, fortunately, so we should be able to hold the fort until you get back. But you have to hurry.
Ren? Ren? We got cut off, huh? The signal must be experiencing interference. Or perhaps it's due to the generators malfunctioning. Why were they glowing like that? What's happening? We've just heard the news too. What the hell's going on? Look. It's Armada's high-speed airship. Hop in, now! We're heading back too. I want you to take care of preserving the crime scene and letting everyone else know what's happened. Yes, ma'am. I can't get in touch with the guild either. Then let's just get back to the city. What the shit? These guys serious? The city is... Why are they going after innocent people? Help! Somebody help! There are still people trapped in the city. Going to hell in the handbasket real fast. Look alive, gang. Let's get these guys evacuated.
Commencing battle. Proceed with caution. Show them what you're really capable of. Unleashing Shard Strike. Give it a roll.
All you on yes.
Activating skill.
Reset. There we go. Miss Alfayed. That's it. No. Then. No.
All you on yes.
There. Mary. Reset. One skill.
Das Stück ist weit vorbewegt.
Mr. Arkride. Activating skill. Some extra.
Nice. That went great.
Shall I prepare some sweets for you, Mr. Arkwright?
Gotcha. We're stunned.
We can
You
win right
snooze,
now.
you lose.
Use a sharp boost to get the upper hand.
Are you alright? Take cover indoors. We'll be invoicing Vern for this. So don't you worry. Huh? Okay. Thanks. We'll hold up here. What? You? What the hell, man? Howdy. Just wrap things up here. It's not the... You're really out here charging people during a terrorist attack? It was bad enough when you did it in grey. Not the time for this, Elvis. We need all the free hands we can get. It'd be best if we split up. There's too many of them.
Yes, you guys.
Odette, Albert, Ren.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you're okay.
Looks like a ton got in. How are things on your
We
end?
evacuated all of the students. The other groups should also be somewhere safe.
I wish I had better news about the comm situation. I did what I could to give instructions to the police and the other bracers.
What? Since when? Wait, I remember Jin talking about you. He said something about the Bright family's youngest. It's very reassuring to have you here. I'm curious as to how you saw this coming, but we've got more pressing things to worry about. Call it the council president's intuition. And besides, they can't just hold a tea party like this and not invite me. Well, I have no room to complain. I leave this to you. Makes sense to me. We'll back you up. Just follow my lead. What the? Ren. She's just on another level. Always felt like there was something funky with her. Mask of now, I guess. We just gotta roll with. Let's move. Reset. Connect some dots for me. What do you think they are getting at here? To my knowledge, their goal centers around Professor Callahan's incomplete energy research. If Armada has reclaimed his work and seeks to complete it, then their target must be related to that research. I suspect they want to claim the nucleus of the city's energy and processing systems. No. You know where that is, Quadre? The observatory. That was Professor Callahan's original research annex. That's where the OrbitNet's mainframe is located too. Really? Odette, did you see that gold airship? Where was it headed? The Institute of Science, I think. I saw it flying over that way. Bingo. The city's in your hands. Use your lackeys to make as much noise as you can to draw their attention. But of course, we are not lackeys, damn it. We'll make sure Armada doesn't get their way. Damn straight. This time, we're gonna beat them within the reach of their life. Nein, tun wir nicht.
Hold on! You're not going too, are you, Agnes? Think about the situation. You'll be much safer with us.
Albert. Don't worry. I'll be fine. I promise. I'll be back soon.
Damn it.
Look at her. She's got one rough path ahead of her, but there she goes, charging straight forward with a sprint in her step. So let's follow her lead and focus on doing what we can here.
Well said. Communications are still unstable, so I could use all the help I can getting in touch with everyone. Miss CID agent, my friends with the guild, Odette and Albert, it's time we got started.
Let's do this!
Aerotrams are all at the stop. We'll have to take the road instead. Then let's get to it. We'll have to keep a close eye out as we go. There might still be people who need our help.
Proceed with caution.
Nicht schon wieder die Dinger. Schlimmster Gegner von allen. Greift nach vorne an und trifft dich trotzdem 360-Grad-Winkel aus irgendeinem Grund.
Activating skill.
Perfect chance.
Activating skill.
Hey, that one felt pretty good.
You did perfect, Fairy. Take this down.
We can
You
win
snooze, you lose. This'll hurt.
All out. Activate.
Time.
Boost
Hit 'em
gauge.
fast,
Limiter
Barry.
unlocked.
Activating skill.
Hey, that one
Supervisor?
felt pretty good. You
Everyone,
did wonderful,
please be
Fairy.
okay.
There are a lot of enemies in this area. I hope everyone in the workshop will be all right.
Take this down.
Unleashing Shard Strike.
Up to you, Reset.
With Ren calling the shot.
Boost gauge enhanced.
That went better than I anticipated.
Always got it down, Reset. Take this. They're stunned.
Unleashing Shard Strike.
They're stunned. All you, Agnes. Sucker.
Activating skill.
I won't let this chance slip by. One skill coming right up. One skill coming right up.
Die 1 und die 2.
Nice.
Here inside the building. Chief, whatever do we do? Bastards. Fight them back. Pick up anything that'll put a dent in them. Pipes, wrenches, just find something. We'll show him why you don't pick a bone with engineers. You can't be serious. We don't stand a chance. The man's right. Leave the fighting to us. Chief, and Essie, why are you here too? Padre, oh, I'm so glad you are all safe. Boy, am I glad to see you guys. We'll take down the archaisms. Initiating combat.
I'll take you on.
I'll take you on.
Brace your...
Activating Boost gauge. Limiter unlocked.
Is anybody hurt? Oh, no. We're all okay. Ooh, we really owe ya one. There's a ton of uber expensive testing equipment here. We'd have had hell to pay if they'd broken any of it. How's it looking outside? Same as here. Cloudy with a chance of robots. The police and Bracer Guild are undoubtedly sending reinforcements. They should have most areas under control soon enough. The problem is communication. They are jamming the entire city. We can't get the word out anywhere. Then I've got just the thing. We got this emergency line here, and it's completely off the grid. We run it through our own system. That should let us call in the help, and then we can start pushing these bastards back. I'll give you a hand too. I probably can't dispel it entirely, but I should be able to counter the interference enough to get some messages out. I mean, maybe, but I really rather you get yourself to safety. She's safe here, don't worry. Our front doors is goddamn bulwark. We'll lower it and hunker down if we need to. That'll buy us all the time we could want. If you insist, just please be careful. We are headed for the observatory. That's what they seem to be after. Okay. Unten steht Quadre und Van bewegte Lippen. Was? Jetzt labern sie beide. Ich gebe auf. The professor cared deeply for the place. I won't let them ruin it. Made up your mind, huh? I can see it on your face. There's no way I'm talking you out of that. Man, hör auf für alle zu reden. Just be careful. You guys take care of him, alright? We leave Quadre and the observatory in your hands. You got it. Ben hat einfach mal für alle gesprochen. Where did all of these things come from? Someone help! We're so close to the church too. What are monsters doing here of all places? How many of them are there? Those people need help over there. It's Heidi and Barnaby. Quadre? Is that you? We'll distract them. Please, get yourselves to safety while we cover you. Get her out of here, bud. Alright, come on, quick.
Activating shards. Activating skill. Extra. You're open. Now it's my one skill coming right up. You're open. Very. Activating skill.
You'll pay for that.
I suggest we strike now.
Perfect chance.
Wollt schon freie Bahn auf
Like
das
how you are.
I'll take you out. Activating skill. One skill coming right up.
A chance. Hit him fast, Barry.
A boost would work here. Activating skill.
Damn it.
A chance.
Going all in.
Time to go all out.
HP heal
I
ailment.
suggest we strike now.
Thanks,
I
Barry.
won't let this chance.
Add some more. A chance.
Ich? Good. It looks like they made it to the church. It's a relief. But that means there are still people outside caught in the crossfire. They're going after the kids and the elderly too. Chicken shit, rust buckets. It was bad enough inside Giscard's building. Anybody outside is up shit creek without a paddle here. If we find anybody else out there, we'll help into the church or the inn, whichever is closer. That should be safer than the workshop. At least. No heavy equipment for the archaisms to target here. Ruben, Edge, speed up.
I'm sorry, I know we're in a hurry, but
Yeah. We are cornered. They're coming from the Institute too. This isn't looking good. Only I brought my sword. Damn this. Sasha, I'm going to have to take a risk here. Wait, no. Julian, don't do it. I know you're trained, but no need for the heroics. We gotcha. There are people there. Quick. Julian, Sasha, are you okay? Yes? We are fine, but you're her work colleagues from yesterday. Leave these things to us. Keep those two safe for us while we fend them off. Got it. Be careful.
Time for you to focus.
Certain arts will be more effective.
Right now. One skill. Boost agent hands.
Activating skill.
Here's some extra.
Schick. Ach, dann habe ich Tracking, wann bist du angegangen? We owe you our lives. Thank you so much. I don't want to even think about what would have happened had you not been there. It was looking awfully dire. Were you two helping them out? Trying to, at least. We were rounding people up inside the inn, but then we heard screaming from outside, so we went back out again. We picked up those two, and that was when those monsters jumped us. I should have been able to fend them off myself, but damn it, I'm pathetic. Don't blame yourself. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. I agree. We only made it in time because you held them off. Either way, now is not the time to think about all that. We've got to keep doing what we can now. Oh, we got in touch with Ren too. We've kept her in the loop and gathered all the students we could hear. Ah, yeah, we saw her earlier too. Newtown is in good hands with her helping there. You two take care of yourselves. We will. We just don't want to leave anybody behind. We're directing everyone to the inn or the church, right? We're just in that area ourselves. Yeah, managed to thin out their numbers a lot too. Those two places should be safe for the time being. Alright, then let's make our way back ASAP. I'm sure Lyle and Shinen are worried about us both. Take care, everyone. Thanks again for your help. Phew, I'm glad we decided to stop by when we did. I tried to imagine what would have happened otherwise. They mentioned that archaisms are spreading from the Institute though. That concerns me. Yeah, by now the place is probably crawling with them. Heh, probably even worse than it is outside. Whatever Almada wants, it's in the Institute. I really hope everyone's okay. Please be safe, Yang. Noch ein SP. So, mehr Blau haben wir nicht. No.
Let's get to work.
Show 'em what you're really capable of.
You snooze, you lose.
Give it your all. Give it your all. Perfect chance.
Oh, Frank kriegt
I
gerade
suggest
Zauber.
right there. I won't let this chance slip. Here's some extra. Let's go down.
Wenn ich den brauchen soll, ne?
Here's some extra.
Chance.
Use a sharp boost to get the upper hand. Keep it up. It's working.
Testen wir doch gleich mal den. Weiß wir einen ganzen Planeten? Einen ganzen Zwergplaneten?
Perfect chance.
Himmelherrgott.
Activating skill.
Sucker. Chance.
Activating skill. Some extra.
Nice. That went great.
Shall I prepare some sweets for you, Mr. Arkwright?
There. There. Gotcha. It's done. Now you snooze, let's finish the job.
Use a sharp boost to get the upper hand. Keep it up. It's working.
Up to you, Reset.
Boost gauge in hand. Mr. Arkwright. Give it your all.
Hit him fast, Fairy.
Activating skill.
Gut.
Praise Arusha and the flames. You did wonderful, Fairy.
Ren, we've gotten the west side evacuated. East is taken care of too. We've cleared out the enemies on our end. Area secure. Quick, give me a sit rep. Well, sounds like we're doing just fine. Let's get the next area cleaned up. That damned runt is a thorn in my side. She just had to go and ruin everything, didn't she? Without her, this wretched town would have blossomed into a symphony of scream. Instead, we have this boring farce. Bah! We should count ourselves lucky we got anything out of this. We weren't expecting the Spriggan and all the rest. Once we get an opening, we retreat. Leave the real objective to them. Fine, fine. But after Thorbat and then this, they will pay their dues in time. In the meantime, I'll sit back and watch them squirm. Go ahead. You can fight all you want, but in the end, chaos will consume you all. Hey, there's mechanical monsters coming.
The aero trams are inoperable. Use the bridge to cross into the artisanal district. Evacuate into the church for the time being. Bracers will be there in roughly 10 minutes.
Yang, you're okay. You made it. And roughly 2 minutes ahead of what I expected at that. Just about. You're weirdly calm with everything going on. Didn't Armada come through here? They did, as I predicted. Professor Callahan's death also did not come as a surprise. Then I have implemented security measures to temporarily block all unauthorized external interference into the laboratories. As a result, my work in the city has been completed since noon today. In light of that, I would be well within my rights to be out of the city by now, but I owe the students at least this much. That is why I have been assisting the one formerly known as Kitty with evacuating everyone while awaiting your arrival. Kang, you're really going to leave? I can't believe you were able to conceive of effective countermeasures to that parallel distributed computing in such a short time. Don't really care what goes on in that head of yours, but I see you're at least willing to cooperate with us some. I know there's a lot of archaisms inside now, but did we just see the last people in the building leave? All of the faculty and the students of Aramis, together with tourists and other accounted for visitors, have left. However, security camera footage captured a young man with mint-colored hair and a young woman adorned with bandages inside. A bracer and 2 police officers are also passed through here earlier and have yet to return. So that sadistic bastard is here. And so is that puppeteer we met in Tharbe. I'm worried about the bracer and the police officers now. Now they are part of the mafia that deceived Professor Callahan and then cast him aside. But ich sollte langsamer lesen. They won't let them make a mess of Professor Hamilton's home a moment longer. You're going inside then? Surely you know that this is no task for a researcher. Please, continue to help with the evacuation efforts, Yang. Don't worry about me. I have Theo and Ceres with me. We'll help keep him safe, of course. There's no way this is ending peacefully anymore, but we'll at least try and stop things from getting any worse. Don't overdo it then, is all I ask. Even if you do have Theo and Ceres with you. I know, I won't.
Beginning combat. Don't forget about your charge attack.
You snooze, you lose.
Huh?
This'll hurt.
Full boost. Give them your
Great.
boost gauge.
I won't let this chance slip by.
Sucker.
One skill coming right up. I've powered up.
The observatory is on the left side of the campus.
Got it. Then we'll cut through the building and get there ASAP.
Unleashing shark strike. Use a shark activating skill. Give them your all.
Up to you, Reset.
Might want a boost here. Guardian, let's go down. I'm ready. Perfect chance.
A boost activating skill.
There we go.
A chance.
Use a shark boost.
That all you get to you, Reset.
Might want a boost skill coming right up. Let's go down.
Activating skill.
Fan. Use a shark activating skill. Give them your all.
That's how it goes.
Stats
Yeah.
upgraded.
Check.
I did it. Commencing battle. Proceed with caution.
You're stunned. You snooze, you lose. You're stunned. You got this.
Activating
Great.
boost gauge. Limiter up.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
Shall I prepare some sweets for you, Mr. Arkwright?
There.
Show them what you're really capable of.
Praise Arusha and the flames.
Gotcha.
Beginning engagement. Brace yourself. Now launching down sharks. Give them your all. Give them your all.
Hit him fast, Fairy.
A boost would work here.
Keep it up. Good. Work out. Nice. I'm ready.
I won't let this chance slip
Might
by.
want a boost here.
Miss Alphayed. A boost would work here. Activating skill.
No.
A chance.
Use a shark boost.
That all you
to
get?
the upper
All you
hand.
on, yes?
Activating skill.
Sucker.
Reset. Might want a skill coming right up.
Enemy
place is
suppressed.
crawling with
Let us
mechanical.
proceed.
nightmares. You fought great, Reset.
It's a good thing Yang got everyone out when he did.
Wieder zu spät.
Don't forget about your charge attack.
Take this down. Take this. They're stunned.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand. Blade protect us.
This'll
All
hurt.
out. Activate.
Time.
Boost gate.
Nice. That went great.
You're a true professional, then.
Ich wollte meine S-Boost aufheben. Und bestimmt gleich ein Boss, wenn ich darüber gehe.
Commencing battle. Proceed with show them what you're really capable of.
Take a stun. Take this.
Activating skill.
Nice. That went great.
You kick butt, man.
Der war zu früh.
Boost gauge fully replenished. Enemy suppressed. Nice work.
Take this down.
We launching ambush. Use a shard and a throw.
Up to you, Reset. Sucker.
One skill coming right up. That went better.
Einmal 4. Arts damage increases when HP is lower. Check. Triple tactical bonus. Zodiac Sign. Miraculous Caliber. Arts. Also was? Tyrant Storm.
Than I anticipated.
Always got.
Teilen. Use Arts.
Down, Reset.
Oh. Ich schon gesehen habe von hier aus, oder? Ja, liegen gelassen. Oh, das ist okay. Look, there's people on the ground. Are you alright? You look heavily wounded, but their lives aren't in immediate danger. What happened? The guy with a dagger and the girl with a giant puppet went inside. They activated. He imagined she was going to mention the central terminal, but how could someone from the outside know about that? Maybe the professor told them before they killed him. Well, we got them cornered now. Yeah, let's get inside. It's time to put an end to this. It's up.
Rest point found.
Whoops.
Whew, that hits the spot.
Bisschen genug blau? Nee. Also ich habe ihn für 400 und... Aber für 700... Nee. Für 700 bin ich noch zu arm. Ich habe ja noch ein Rezept hier. Sicherstellen, was ich das brauchen kann. Ich Fairy eigentlich einen neuen Ortsträumer gegeben. Jabberwock Arm. Ein Berg an freien Slots braucht sie eigentlich nicht. Ich hätte lieber was. Nee, aktuell habe ich keine guten zur Hand.
The telescope's nowhere to be seen now.
That's the main terminal then?
That's right. It's also known as the Aurora, and it's the pride of Basel. Professors Hamilton and Callahan led the charge in making it 4 years ago with the Institute, Verne, the Epstein Foundation, and ZCF support. But what program is it running?
I can't make heads or tails of such complex code.
Look up there!
The 5th Genesis. Figures we'd find it here, along with...
I suspected you would come, Arkwright Solutions.
Oh, that we would meet again so soon after the film festival. It must be Adios's will bringing us together. The threads of fate bind us ever so strongly indeed.
Can't say I'm not a fan of that kind of thing.
The monsters from the gardens who stole Ida from us!
Oh, you learned the name of my old home, did you? And I see that Marduk concierge has officially joined your ranks. Professor Hamilton's favorite little one, too. Aren't we getting popular?
This kid's just with us as an advisor.
So you're the ones who led Professor Callahan astray. What are you trying to do with the Aurora? You have no right to be using it.
Oh, how misunderstood I am. I'll have you know that the professor and I had quite a special connection. In fact, he gave us permission to use it. And since he was one of the developers, I think that does give us the right. This was very different from the relationship I had with President Dillon, by the way. It was more one of mutual benefit. Though I'll admit that certain inclinations of his did make my job a lot easier. A sensual whisper here, a little buttering up there, and he was more than ready to break every taboo I ever wanted.
How could you exploit someone so?
It's not our place to judge what turns someone on. That stuff's personal. But you're still a piece of shit with a parking spot reserved in Gehenna.
Right, and we'll be happy to give you a taste of the flames that await you right here. We're going to recover that Genesis and avenge those you've taken from this world.
Look at me, public enemy number one. Think you could lend me a shoulder to cry on, Olympia?
You are only reaping what you sowed. Of course, the terms of my contract also do not allow me to simply give you all what you want.
That angelic being we saw in Tharbad.
Theo!
Scanning material makeup. Unknown. High probability that the target is a form of artifact.
Thought so. It's about the only thing that explains how it can fight like it does. There's more to it than meets the eye, too.
Indeed. Take care, everyone.
Your instincts serve you well. Incidentally, as I did not have the opportunity to introduce myself in Tharbad, I am Olympia, overseer of the Garden of Aram. This is Ishtanti. Our contract is with Almada at this time, so we remain focused on their needs. But should you require our services after that, we would be happy to oblige.
You're asking if we want to hire an assassin?
This some kind of joke? Or are you really out of your damn mind?
I was only trying to promote my services.
It's true. She's not capable of joking, I'm afraid. As you can see, she's got work on the brain. Well, I think that's enough preamble. Been a good while, you know, since I tapped into my power as an overseer.
They're auras!
Of course they've been suppressing their power all this time.
We'll need to use shards however we can to survive. Do whatever it takes to hold out.
I can barely keep up with what's happening, but let's do this. Theo! Zeros! We can't allow these intruders to defile this sacred place a moment longer.
Understood.
Activating shards!
I'm Melchior of the Thorns. I'll be playing with you today.
Olympia of Aram, executing contract.
Might want a boost here. Max boost! Time to go one skill I shall right up! Boost each hands! One skill I shall right up! Boost each hands!
Yeah.
Oh, what's the matter?
Got a present for you.
Perfect chance! I'll round them up and we strike now.
Yeah.
Heavenly Rondo.
Deploying shield.
Okay.
You won't get away with this!
Energy output at maximum.
I'll round them up and scatter them!
Activating skill.
It's the end of the...
Oh, I get it now.
Boost gauge limit broken.
Jetzt fertig.
Energy output at maximum.
Nice.
Activating
Links
skill.
auch runterdrücken. Und da kam schon beides. Yep.
So that is how it is.
Boost gauge limit broken.
What the Blaze Co.
Is everyone all right? But Malak is even more deadly than we thought.
Pisses me off. You haven't been taking us seriously all this time, have you?
Oh, I showed Beauty's blade a little of what I'm capable of. Just not you.
Your strength is within my predicted parameters, including those orbital drones.
As if that doll wasn't bad enough. Now we've got those bomb artifacts to deal with too.
The Garden's overseers are capable of even more than we feared it would seem.
If only I could make better use of Theo and Zeros' potential.
You're just so much fun to play with that you've got me all worked up. I don't think I can resist the urge anymore. I know they've got the boss curious. Surely there's no harm in slicing them open while he's not looking.
I am not your boss and will not speak for him. Do as you please.
Bring it, you son of a bitch!
The flames of the Kruga have only just begun to burn. What?
Decoding process complete. Executing emergence program.
Where am I? I see. So it was a success.
That sounds like...
Well, would you look at that? It worked! So how does it feel, Professor? What's it like living in the digital world?
It is even more comfortable than I had imagined. I'm frankly surprised by how comfortable it is, but I suppose it also makes complete logical sense. This is how it feels to be liberated of burdens and distractions. I can think more clearly than ever. The final stage of my work will be a breeze like this. Your expectations will be met.
Oh, that's my big professor. You will be handsomely rewarded for your work.
A recording? No, wait.
You are correct, young lady. This is no mere recording. I am the genuine David Callahan, Professor of Engineering Science at the Basel Institute of Science, and a researcher whose name will go down in history.
How the hell is this even possible?
We saw your body in the swamp.
No way. Don't tell me.
His knowledge, personality, and memories have all been converted into an AI. Most likely through the power of the Genesis. Also that he could surpass the limitations of the human mind and become a singularity.
Professor Callahan, how could...
Well, well, you're even more perceptive than I expected. What a vexatious little maid you are.
Must you be like this every time, Melchior? Our work here is done. We have no reason to stay any longer.
Fine, fine. I suppose you're right. We'll see you later, Professor.
Very good, then. I will be waiting for you.
Warning! Explosives detected.
Hey,
That
Melos.
little bastard.
The Aurora! Zeros, use your stun mode to stop...
No, you don't.
No!
Ketra, you can't!
Get back here!
I won't let it happen. I won't let anyone damage the place she holds so dear.
Shit!
Damn it!
There it is. I thought something was off about you, but I never figured it ran that deep. I wonder if this is what came out of analyzing that other emperor and the rest of those types.
I will need to revise my expectations of Marduk's capabilities.
And speak of the devil, I suppose it's time we made our exit then,
As someone connected to another being, not of flesh, you have my respect. Till we meet again.
Boah. Ja, ich bin's gewöhnt, was er meistens im Hintergrund leise mitschaut. Nicht zum Feierabend meistens mal prüfe, ob noch jemand da ist.
No way.
Reset!
This is all my fault.
You gonna be okay?
Yes. I think so.
Die Aktion hat seinen Arm und ein Bein gekostet. Oh, das lässt sich flicken, nehme ich mal an. The entire city is locked down. Who could have seen this coming? What's going to happen to us? I hope Agnes is okay. Ren too. All we can do is wait for them to get in touch. Sorry, but what the hell is with that massive airship?
I apologize for our sudden arrival during the frenzied events of yesterday. To start this off, I am General Manager of Marduk Total Security Company, Gilliam Thorndyke. This is our Chief of Security, Qasim Al-Fayed.
A pleasure to meet you all.
Al-Fayed, is he? No doubt about it.
I was not expecting you to travel all the way to Basel, but it is an honor to meet you all the same. I've heard many a rumor about how shrewd a manager you are, Mr. Thorndyke. Together with your Chief of Security's combat exploits.
You make me blush, Your Highness.
I am humbled by your words.
I arrived in my home country a few days ago, so I'm afraid I'm not up to date on all the latest developments. But am I to understand that Marduk will be responsible for securing the city of Basel for the remainder of the day?
That is correct. Off the record, a presidential executive order was issued yesterday to that effect. A CID Special Ops unit will be arriving in the city this evening. Marduk's task will be to secure key facilities in Basel until they are ready.
Special Ops unit? Sending in Hercules, huh? Wouldn't shock me if you belonged to him too, miss. You're very astute.
We've also brought one of the Ix-Alba series of airships that we're currently testing on behalf of the Republican Army. Said airship will allow us to ensure the integrity of the orbital network.
Which is how we're able to have this conversation, I suppose. Your concierge isn't the only way you've gotten your hooks into Basel, I see.
Our goals on this particular occasion are simply to protect this city and its orbital network. Rest assured that much like your country, we have no intention of getting too deeply involved in Basel's affairs.
That is our stance as well. You are only doing what we consider necessary. Very well. I will take your word on that. For now. Quelling the chaos unfolding before us clearly does come first. However, given our stake in Vern and connection to the Institute, this current state of affairs is of grave concern to us. You have a lot to answer for here as CEO, Mr. Townsend. Please, if I may defend myself, I never could have seen this coming.
There is some merit to that argument, but it also leaves out a number of key facts. You are to see that shareholders' Mira is used to generate a profit, and yet you covered up a huge potential problem for over a month. We confirmed last night that it wasn't just Almada's money being used for ill. Elsheim's investments were also misappropriated. And if these are the result of you turning a blind eye to Professor Callahan's behavior all this time...
You keep your mouth shut! Just who do you think you are? Who gave you the right to speak? I don't care if you are Student Council President at Aramis. This is none of your...
I am here as a special advisor for Liberal's ZCF. I also serve as a negotiator representing the Epstein Foundation. In other words, I'm here to speak up against anything that threatens their interests, which this has. Now, do I have the right to speak?
What? Ren. Now that's a dramatic twist straight out of play. Typisch Ren, ja, natürlich. Fehlt nur noch, weil sie ihren Teetisch rauszieht und anfängt eine Teeparty zu machen. I've heard rumors swirling about you, but I never expected you to show up here. Still, she's right. We aren't the only shareholder that will be concerned by this. Other related companies will be as well. I hope you don't need me to spell out exactly what kind of a situation you are in here. But...
When will you grow a damn spine? The danger here isn't over. Anyone can see that. And you still intend to do nothing after what happened to Callahan? Professor Hamilton left you in charge of Vern, of Basel. Don't you feel any shame?
In any event, we now have half a day before the cogs start turning again. Even if we do nothing, the Calvardian government will see to it that matters are resolved. But knowing how egregiously my country's funds have been misused, I refuse to stand by and do nothing. So, Arkwright Solutions. Might I enlist your services for the remainder of the day? Of course, you can approach the task in whatever way best suits you, just as you did in Tharbad and have done many times before. My only true wish is that you put a stop to Almada's plans before they can bear fruit. Does this sound doable?
We'll be well compensated for this, I trust?
Natürlich, kriegst einen großen Beutel Bonbons oder sowas.
Qasim, why?
It's been some time, Farida.
I suspected you two were related. Your brother, right? Never expected him to be one of Marduk's hunting dogs.
I hear you've been taking good care of my sister, Arkwright Solutions. As for you, Van, it's been 2 years, I believe? I understand you've greatly improved your use of the stun caliber and your martial arts. Reset mentioned as much. As your former instructor, that fills me with great pride.
I try. Still not so hot with the tactics stuff you taught me though. I've heard all kinds of stories about you too, but I never expected our first meeting to be like this.
In that, we are agreed. Still, while we might be providing our services and your weapon, I believe the contract between us to be an equal one. I hope that we can continue our fine partnership, Mr. Arkwright.
Yeah, let's not get too friendly. I'm not interested in becoming any more than just a contractor to you. Still, since we're here, there's one thing I want to ask. Just how long has she been like that?
Information on our concierge is classified, I'm afraid. However, if an approximate time frame will suffice, I suppose I can oblige. About a year ago.
Something seemed off about her all this time. We first started talking 3 years ago, but the first time we actually met was just in Tharbad. Even when I visited Orid for lessons on tactics, she was conveniently unavailable. It sounds like... What's that mean?
Still, I know she's in good hands with Associate Professor Archett. I also happen to bring some compatible parts that she can use. Though I regret that Ms. Twinings will not be able to provide you with any more of her services for the time being.
You ain't got nothing to apologize for. I doubt any amount of workers' comp I doubt any amount of workers' comp I could give her would make up for forcing her to do something that crazy. But either way, that's my problem to deal with, not yours.
Well, I apologize for meddling in your affairs then. With that said, we must take our leave. We've negotiations with the Republican Army to attend to. As I mentioned during the conference, we've no intention of interfering in this crisis any more than is necessary. Fascinated though I am by what a genius can achieve through an obsession that knows no bounds.
Qasim, wait!
There are a number of matters Abi and I disagree on. Whether you are suited to being a warrior is very much one of them. Still, I can only assume it was the guidance of the flames and Arusha that led you here. Battle is almost upon us, and I will be watching to see how you fare through it.
very.
As much as I'd love to write him off as an arrogant asshole, I can't get enough of a read on him. Just how tough is he?
I'd say he's one of the strongest Jaegers who ever lived.
The conversation is over then. Ren, where are the others? They are still here. There was talk of them returning to the capital, but that's not going to be possible now with the whole area on lockdown. The roads, the railways, even the airspace around Edith is sectioned off. Not like that comes as any surprise after what happened. What do you mean? What happened now? There was an explosion in Anchorville City. There were no casualties, fortunately, but we suspect that Armada might have been involved. Anchorville's a decent-sized city north of the capital, right? Yeah, it must have been just a diversion while this is their real target. Oh, I think that's almost certain. However, given its proximity to the capital, we can't afford to take it lightly. Both the CID and the Guild are being pushed to their limits right now. We won't be able to give you any backup. That's fine. We weren't expecting any to begin with. But you can at least share whatever info you manage to gather, surely. That goes for stuff from CCF and the Foundation too. It sounds fair to me, insofar as our interests align, of course. I'll also do what I can. Just take care of Agnes for me in return, please. Thank you, Ren. I hear the initial work is done on your concierge too. That's Professor Hamilton's family for you. Geniuses to the last. Oh? Thanks for telling us. That's so good to hear. She was being seen to in Associate Professor Esmeralda's room, wasn't she? Let's go say hi then.
Oh, hello there.
I hope everything went well.
Thanks. Sounds like you pulled an all-nighter, huh?
Looks like Zeros is up and running again. Mm-hmm. Fortunately for us, the damage for him wasn't so bad. I just wish I could say the same about Rosette. Putting her back to the way she was is going to take a while.
Please, don't be so downhearted. The first-rate care you've been giving me has stabilized my vitals a considerable amount.
I'm relieved to hear that.
Have you spoken to Mr. Thorndyke?
Did before coming here, yeah. He's as much of a questionable character as I was expecting. Their chief of security is the same old standoffish grump, too. You'd think it'd kill him to put on a smile.
That's just how they are, I'm afraid.
It's fine, you know. You don't need to force yourself to speak.
For what it's worth, her life isn't in any danger here. The medicine you helped me with yesterday seems to have been working wonders.
She's right. It has really made this easier for me.
Good to hear. We sure didn't think it'd end up being used on you when we took that job on.
The artificial limbs that Mr. Thorndyke brought with him are compatible with her too. That's not to say you shouldn't take it easy. Anything that involves the nervous system is a heavy burden on the body. The best thing you can do for yourself right now is get lots and lots of rest.
I will. Thank you. Though, I truly am sorry for not being able to support you all when you need it most.
Don't sweat it. We can take things from here. You just kick back and relax. Next time you wake up, you can bet we'll have good news to share. And a hell of a big bonus, too.
I'll have to look forward to that then, won't I? Follow your hearts and act as you always do. And everything will be fine.
Sorry, but I'd like to ask you something. Why? Why did you risk your life to save mine? No one should have to put themselves through something like this over someone like me.
It was because you were just so dazzlingly radiant in that moment, I suppose.
What?
You have so many people who care about you, and you care about them just as much in return. To someone who's lost her bonds, memories, and even body, the sight was almost blinding. I'm a little jealous of all you have, if I'm to tell the truth. So please, treat yourself like an irreplaceable treasure, not just for you, but for those who love you too.
About Reset. Just how much of her is artificial anyways? I don't know for sure, but my guess is a lot. You were indirectly involved in making her who she is too, right? That's right, we assisted Marduk in researching artificial biological limbs some time ago. Our partnership only produced a prototype though. I never imagined they would actually start using that technology like this. Reset was clearly the result of multiple different technologies being used together, not just the one they developed with us. I've heard this is also a field that the Institute of Technology over in the Empire has been looking into. Van, you seem like you've known the truth for a while. I couldn't be sure, but I had a feeling. I could tell the image I was seeing during our video calls was artificially generated. So it took me really off guard when she just showed up in person in Tharbad. It was only when I noticed that she moved faster and kinda different from normal people that I started putting 2 and 2 together. Makes sense. I did feel like there was something strange about her, but I never would have imagined it was because of this. She's capable of far greater power and speed than an ordinary human, but she also has less precise control over her body in exchange. I can't imagine just how much effort she must have put in to be able to move as naturally as she does. She'll be able to return the way she was, won't she? I'm sure she will, right, Professor? I think there's every chance of that. The technology involved seems to be fairly well established by Marduk at this point. It won't be easy to make all the precise adjustments for reattaching her limbs, but I'll make sure it happens. We're counting on ya. You might be on loan to us from Marduk, but she's as much a member of Arkwright Solutions as the rest of us. Anyway, time for us to get out of here. Right, we need to do what we can and put Reset at ease.
Wait! Please. If it's not too much to ask, could I keep helping you? I want to stop Professor Callahan and the devils who've done this to him by my own hand, no matter what it takes.
Oh, Katra.
Sorry, but no can do.
I suppose that's the right decision after I landed Reset in a hospital bed. I wasn't able to use Fio and Zeros at even half of their potential, either. If all I'm gonna be is a burden to the team...
That ain't what I'm saying. You're no burden. We're gonna need you and your engineering know-how here for sure. But we're also not a charity. We only do favors for people if the client and price are a good fit. You heard what Reset said, right? If you did, then you should know what you gotta do. And where you went wrong.
You're right. I should never have done something that would upset the people who care about me. And I never will again. I just want to stop the chaos unfolding in Basel and the misuse of technology that created it. And if I'm gonna do that, it's not the help of the police or guild I need. It's you. As compensation, I can offer you my skills and expertise on technology. I can also give you my word that I'll help Essie put Reset back to the way she was as fast as possible. Is that enough to make me a good fit for you?
It sure is. We'd be happy to take that 4 SPG on. We'll be counting on you now. Couldn't ask for better than a student of Professor Hamilton's.
Thank you. I won't let you down.
Promise me you'll take good care of him, okay? I'll be working around the clock too. Promise. Thank you so much. Time to get down to business.
CID's Special Ops unit is gonna be here this evening. That means we've only got half a day left to do what we want. Once they are here, we are done. We gotta make this time count. Sure felt to me like Armada's work was done after making Dead AI a success. You sure they didn't just bounce? No. I'm certain they are still in the region. The abnormalities in the orbital net and distribution network are less pronounced than yesterday, but they are still present. Something's still happening, I'm sure of it. Really? Then Armada's research is still going on somewhere in the city? Reset mentioned something earlier that I think will help me.
This might be fundamentally different to what happened in Crossbell, but I still think that is our closest reference point. The orbital network and septium veins were used in the development of highly advanced technology then as well. Basel City also has both, making it the perfect environment to finish what they started.
With the orbital network and the septium veins at their disposal, they have access to effectively unlimited resources for their research. If Professor Callahan has reached the heights that the Singularity and Crossbell did, then our foes are probably lurking somewhere in the region finishing what they started. It's still a very large area to try and find them in though. We'll have to find some way to narrow our search down. If we could get close enough to their location, the Genesis might react and show us we are on the right track too. Using the damn thing like a metal detector, huh? Suppose we gotta try anything we can at this point. Let's see if there are any more 4 SPGs to take care of while we start asking around. There's no telling where we might find a clue that'll lead us to the truth. I'll help however I can. Wait. Will I not be meddling in your other jobs now that I'm a client instead of a guide? Don't be silly. You're one of us now. You are our client, but how about we just treat you more like a temp for now? Oh, okay. That works for me. We're happy to have you with us. Even if it means the kid-to-adult ratio is evened out. Well then, let's get to work. I want to stop by the guild. Warren, Giscard's workshop. Should probably talk to our resident genius professor too. Those sound like good places to start with me.
On my way.
Dreieck.
Why not stay here and relax?
Wow!
Let's see what we've got.
Hidden machine. I failed to mention this earlier, but I have a proposition for all of you. It is something of an extension of Crown Prince Sharit's request, but if you have the time, would you consider taking on the job? I'll be waiting for you at the park in Newtown. Oh, a request from the CID, eh? It's intriguing for sure. I wonder what they want to talk to us about. I'm not gonna say no to a potential rendezvous with Kayla. How about you? So you checked the bulletin board, did you? Me, riding a 4 SPG. I never thought I'd see the day. Like Lieutenant Kayla. Wouldn't have killed you to be more direct instead of going the 4 SPG route. So am I speaking to Kayla, or am I speaking to the CID? You're sharp. This may seem a bit bureaucratic, but I've submitted this request to the CID instead. It concerns the armed machines that were released in the city during yesterday's attack. We've confirmed that around half their numbers were destroyed, while most of the others retreated with Armada. But we've also received word that 2 high-spec units might still be at large within the city. Seriously? We did encounter a few machines fitting that description yesterday. I see. Yeah, the police probably have their hands full with them. You need a cleanup crew. But Marduk and the guild don't really tickle your fancy, have I got that right? Exactly. Marduk's involvement was the result of the president's more heavy-handed approach. We're not too fond of that. This is more a matter of professional pride than anything. Special forces are due to arrive in the evening, and they are sure to complicate things. We'd much rather solve this problem ourselves. So you wanna loan us out to the CID for a day, is that right? Not just the CID. The Principality requested this too, I assume. And whatever the case, we really can't have those things running loose. Makes sense-ish. Out of curiosity, was this Ren Kincaid's idea? He's pulled together his own task force to address the problem. They are negotiating with the President's office as we speak. At the risk of divulging too many details, he's been pushing for a separate division meant specifically for these tasks. Yeah, that tracks. He's resourceful to a fault. This really is a job for Marduk or a guild, but I guess the CID doesn't want to swallow its pride. We ain't exactly free though, is the thing. We got other jobs to do. Wir brauchen trotzdem das Geld. I guess we can look into this on the side. Lay it on me. Man, you might find a lead or something. You have my gratitude. Here's what we know about these rogue models. They are most probably the same as the models employed by Vegas Films in Thorbat. Oh, those assholes. And two of them at that. You fought them before? They sound like a real hassle. Yep, because they are. But how are they hiding in the city to begin with? They are too big. They got some kind of optical camo or something? Not to our knowledge. The ex-Alba has been patrolling and scanning the city from above since yesterday. Marduk has cleared out the smaller units we've found, but the two large units have yet to be located. Kincaid does have a theory. He suspects that they are hiding in plain sight and using some sort of radar jamming device to avoid detection. I do remember hearing about special materials that can absorb or deflect orbital waves. Which means we're probably looking for a container made of such material. Likely brought into the city recently. Either that or a van big enough to hold them. Probably pretty simple to deck one of those out in anti-radar stuff. No idea whether Armada are driving it around themselves though, or if they contracted that out to somebody. Think you can look into suspicious containers and transport vehicles for us? We'll focus on the stuff that's out on the road. We split up and we should have this cleared up pretty quickly. Understood. I'll mobilize the local authorities and notify Vern and the Artisans Guild. If either of us make any headway, let's keep each other posted. Thank you very much. So, what's the move? We hunt down every wayward van in town. We'll be out here all day. True, traffic in and out has closed, but plenty of vehicles remain inside city limits. The main arteries fan out in all sorts of directions. Searching them all would be time consuming. We got the cops on site, so we can leave the crowd control to them. We just gotta pinpoint where the transport's most likely to be. Newtown and the Artisanal District make the most sense to me. They've got the most traffic, right especially. We get lucky, or I guess unlucky in this case, and we might fish us up a robot. Roger, so we need to find people who drive stuff a lot. Let's start asking around.
Time to go solve some problems.
Why not stay here and relax?
Let me ask you something.
Sketchy transport vehicle? Let me think about that for a sec. Heard the cars go by, so... Well, now that you mention it, there was something funny this morning. There was? What did you see? Any details would be great, no matter how small. So, you know, we've got the whole lockdown thing, and it got me thinking about how I wanted to do business today. And I figured, you know, people are still hungry, people need a pick-me-up. So I made my way out here, albeit a little later than usual. And this big old transport van comes up and something about it just seems weird. Weird? Were they driving all funny? The opposite actually. There was this little empty soda can sitting in the road. And the transport just ran right over it. Like made no attempt to avoid it. The whole van kinda shook a little. I got spooked and bolted out the way, but the van just drove away like nothing happened. The nerves on that driver, honestly, stone cold. Huh. Sounds like there's more to this story. That's what I'm thinking, yeah? Because then it turned right at the fork in the road ahead. And when it did, I heard a thud. I think whatever it was moving got shuffled around. At first I thought maybe it was some machine to it thunking around in there. But you'd think they'd stack them so that they don't do that. But like before, it just drove right off without a care in the world. I almost felt like I was just imagining things. I see. Did you catch what make the vehicle was? Yeah. It was a Red Star, a big one. Probably some delivery company. But it didn't have a logo or branding or anything on it. The van was just unmarked. Kinda weird. Yeah, that's a bit whack. Thanks a bunch, bud. That's some really good info. Nice to hear it. Anything to help. Goddess knows we all need it right now. But I heard things are looking up. They said they are gonna open the roads back up tonight. Just gotta hold out a little longer. We'll find a way. Thank you very much.
Why not stay here and relax?
Heading to the objective.
Ganz da hinten. Ja, schon noch komplett falsche Richtung gegangen.
Now then.
Let me ask you something.
You wanna know if I've seen any suspicious freight truck? Bit of an odd thing to ask. Well, yes it is. Sorry for just dumping that on. Nah, I'm just giving you guff. I did actually see something like that last night. You did? So, what was suspicious about it? Well, deliveries last night were all way behind schedule because of all the craziness in the city. We eventually got everything sorted out, even with that big old eye in the sky watching us. So, I finally wrap up my work, it's late at night, and I'm tired as hell. I start driving back toward my home on the edge of town. I'm waiting at one of the lights, and then I see this giant Red Star truck pull up next to me. It had a really weird color scheme to it. Never seen a Red Star painted like that. Had to be from out of town, I figured. But I figured, hey, he's a tired old dog like me, driving at S o'clock. I'll give him a wave. I look out my window nah, forget it. When I say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous. I must have just been seeing things. Hey, come on, don't leave us hanging. You might not have been seeing things after all. Won't you tell us, please? Alright. Just don't laugh at me, okay? I looked out the window and there was no one behind the wheel. Just nothing. Huh? What do you mean? Just nobody in the driver's seat at all? I'm as puzzled as you are. Before I could really process it, the light turned green and the truck rolled on away. I had to put my eyes back on the road after that. I never saw that truck again. It only really dawned on me when I got home. Maybe the driver was just on the short side. That truck was definitely taller than mine, too. Maybe I just couldn't see him. Either that or, again, I was tired as all get out. I might have just been seeing things. So yeah, that's how it seemed to me at the time, but honestly, it was probably nothing. Moral of the story here is that everybody needs their sleep. You can't go burning the midnight oil just because you can, you know? Lesson learned, yeah. We'll take care of ourselves. Take it easy yourself, yeah? That sounds like the kind of thing a single good night's sleep won't fix. Oh, for sure. The city's sealed off until tonight, so I'm gonna try and take it slow while we've got nothing to do. Nice. We got way more clues here than I expected. The two accounts we heard both involved the Red Star transport. Which leads me to believe we are dealing with one and only one vehicle. I'm still freaking out about the whole driverless truck thing. Don't blame ya. The fact that it happened at night turns this whole thing into a bona fide ghost story. There's probably a logical explanation, though, and I'm sure Quattro can provide it. Wait, for real? Oh, is it related to technology you have insider knowledge about? correct. I believe it is utilizing tech that is currently in the R&D phase of development in many countries. It's called an automated vehicle, and it allows a person to go from place to place without lifting a finger, because a holocore is doing the driving. The fact that it kept going in spite of the empty soda can makes me strongly suspect it's an AI-controlled vehicle. My suspicions were correct then. Ren told me a little about this before. Wow, it's so cool. So that means it wasn't a ghost. Phew. Well, you never know. Maybe there was a driver, until his shitty job worked him to death. Now he lives on as a vengeful ghost behind the wheel. Wait, what's that? Oh shit, it's right behind you, Farida. What? Hey, there's nothing there. You should have seen the look on your face. Why are you like this? You want me to stop calling you a kid? Stop acting like one. Back on topic. There was an incident regarding unmanned driving tech. Everyone in the underworld was going on and on about it at the time. So I am amazed this thing is driving around the city without causing any problems. It's kinda insane. I'm not too surprised. You could prevent most accidents by connecting it to the traffic management system and the info on the city roads. The technology should be state of the art. In fact, I suspect it's the same tech that caused Professor Callahan's downfall. Oh? I'm sorry, Cartwright. You've nothing to be sorry for. And I'm alright, promise. Now is not the time to wallow in sentimentality. So what's the plan, Van? The AI's functionality and patterns could make it quite difficult to capture. I know. Normally, I'd be fine with dumping this on the second lieutenant or the cops. But I'm a call-lover at heart, and I do not like seeing them be used as vehicles for bringing weapons into the city. This shit is personal. Figures. Well, any bright ideas, Chief? First order of business is seeing how far this AI can really go. Also, I'm gonna bring on some outside help for this gig. What kind of outside help? Do you have somebody in mind? Yep. I heard that they'd be here. Van used the cipher to get in touch with some familiar faces in Basel. The party then headed to the Motor Pavilion, a new town where they were waiting. Wenn er schon sagt, was das macht, dann hätte er so klein machen können.
Off we go.
Why not stay here and relax?
What's going on?
Ah, man. So, did we get all that right? You want us, Kings of the Road, to chase down an AI intruder, huh? Don't underestimate him. You really don't know what you're getting into. Neither do I, to be honest. It does sound hard to believe, yeah. I couldn't really go too in-depth on the call, sorry. That's freaky. A giant van just driving around all by itself? And it's carrying assault robots inside it too? Yeah, it's pretty far-fetched, but honestly, I'm intrigued. We street racers take pride in our skills, and I'm not about to let some beep-boop bastard one-up me. Well, being an AI, it can process things much faster than you. Without a plan to catch it, it would probably outmaneuver you. No sweat, we'll show that bucket of bolts what real people can do. So what's the plan, Van? Well, here's what I'm thinking. We get my truck and your 2 cars. Van outlined his three-pronged attack to the group using a map of Basel's roads for reference. Making sure not to overlook the robots themselves, he made combat preparations as well. Sicherheitsspeichern, falls wir irgendwelche dummen Entscheidungen treffen müssen. Yo, we're all set here. We've got our cars ready to go. Wanna get this show on the road? Combat will ensue upon beginning the operation. It is recommended to have the party's equipment in order beforehand. Let's hit the road. You got a beat on that transporter, Quatre? Yes. I've pinged them on the traffic network. They are patrolling the streets in a specific pattern. They are due to come by here in around 20 minutes. Oh, there really is nobody. Tinted glass, dude. They got its shit figured out. The transporter has probably optimized its driving style to evade pursuers. Are you sure you can handle it? Safety first, remember? Don't overexert. Best of luck. Damn, wish we could take me for... He really is her uncle's niece. They are keeping clear of the cars. So far, so good. How's the traffic looking? No congestion as far as I can tell. If we can get it cornered. Wenn ihr den Text schon so schnell durchlaufen lasst, dann macht er wenigstens mit Sprachausgabe. We got it. Perfect. Get the CID, the Basel police, and the traffic guys. Right. This is Quadre. I invoke emergency authority to request temporary road closure. Looks like it gave up. If machines can even do that, I don't know. Perhaps it simply wasn't programmed to handle these sorts of situations. Nah, it ain't that easy. The machines are booting up. Uniform, Graham, get back. Right. So it was carrying those things. So these are warrior models? I see what you mean. They are from Marduk, no doubt. Yeah, these are the ones from Vegas films, alright. 2 at once is gonna be tough. Be careful, guys. On the flip side, we know how they work. Let's send them to the scrapyard where they belong. Their joints are their weak points according to Reset. Focus on those. Let's clean them up before word gets on the street.
Time for you to focus.
Initializing drive.
Activating skill.
You're open. Oh, come on.
Bring it on.
Activating skill. Perfect chance.
A boost would work here.
Show me what you got.
Good luck.
Activating skill.
Have some more. My move now.
Full boost. Go activate.
Time for the main. It's done. Here goes. Time for the main. Hit him fast, Barry.
Activating skill. Activating skill.
Da war der zweite weg. Sehr schön. We got him. Woohoo! Oh man, that was like a movie shot. That all you got? It felt so much easier than the one we took down in Tharbad. Reset's info really came in handy there. How often do you go around fighting things like that? I mean, ain't like we want to, just sorta happens. Now, let's figure out how to shut off that auto drive thingy. Right, I'll get to work on... Are you shitting me? Was denn, machen wir jetzt Transformers? Get back! Was denn, den dritten? Look out! Get away from that thing! Third one? Seriously? Bastard waited for us to let our guard down. I'll hold it off. You guys get back up. Guild, Marduk, whoever, I don't care. Man, don't. Huh? What are you? What the? What's that inside her purse? Don't be a hero, dipshit. This is serious. No need. Backup has arrived. Taylor! And...
You let your guard down.
Shit, close your eyes.
Perish.
An optical weapon? That's his Buster Lance. He showed me it back at home once. Incredible. I see now how you earned your title, Kemsin. You had the measure of the situation from the very start, didn't you?
This was nothing more than our response as a part of crisis management. Our firm's concierge has previously analyzed the situation. I will leave the rest to the CID and the local police, as well as them. Farewell.
Listen, that attack was incredible. He took out the robot in one fell swoop. Went right for the joints too, just like she said. He looked like he barely lifted a finger. Well, this is Marduke's ace we're talking about. That's just what he does. But hey, all's well that ends well, right? We still got the credit for it. That in and of itself is aggravating, but I'm in no position to complain. At any rate, thank you for completing my request. Given you did hunt down 3 units instead of 2, the reward will be adjusted accordingly. Much thanks to you two as well. Oh, we didn't do much. Hey, I'm just glad I got to have a good race. Talk about stealing the spotlight. What are we, chopped liver? Yeah, I've still got a long way to go before I can rival my brother. I'm just glad we put a stop to those robots for good. Even if it wasn't all us. Yeah, you have my thanks as well. Who knows what damage they would have caused if left unchecked. Don't sell yourself short, bud. You have the bunch too. Plenty more where that came from. Let's keep Armada on their toes. Right, of course. With some fiddling, Quattro managed to decouple the auto-drive unit from the transport vehicle. After the local authorities conducted their own investigation, the traffic restrictions were lifted and all was back to normal.
Mission accomplished! Great job, you guys!
Reward deposited!
Schnell alles ab. Dann machen wir erstmal hier Pause.